KBC/2022 aspirants today and establish your brand authority as we lead towards the forthcoming general elections.
I'm starving. Are you starving as well?
I'm also starving, but I'm starving for your love.
Hey, Mwalimu, you're going to teach us in a Kabutura?
Is there a problem with it?
Young man, you will die very poor.
Slap me again, my love. But say you love me.
Not even in your dreams. Shame on you.
Odzote zilingia, Buddha. Zilingia.
You see? How much did you make?
Enough to make a lasting impression.
What about it, Jeb?
He told me to bet call.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
Speaking in his native Kikuyu language, the president sought to explain to his supporters why he had severe
Siski anything. But hata sina script. You are in time for Good Morning Kenya, this day being the 24th of February 2022. I'm Regina Manyara, as we do it every Thursday. This is a new Friday, so we're going to be bringing you up to speed with those stories that have been making headlines in the last 24 hours, as well as lots of entertainment. So yesterday, Sagana 3 took place. Did it meet your expectations? Our communications lines are open. You can get us on Twitter at KBC Channel 1. The rest of the team is in studio. Let them say hi. Post Sagana 3, Victor.
Absolutely. Did it meet my expectation? Well, that was the president's moment. One thing that stood out is that yesterday, President openly came out and said that he inherited 4-point-something trillion shillings worth of GDP, and right now he's going to give us 13 trillion shillings GDP. So how is it? No, that's the debate that has been quite intense through this week. And now yesterday the president said it's now 13 trillion shillings. Apart from that, my deputy is not fit to be the president right now. Boom. Unless he changes his behavior. That was the president's word. So he went to the mountain, he talked to the people. Let's wait and see what will happen, and much more. And of course, today being a day, it's going to be quite different. What are we talking about? You don't have to go away. My name is Victor Lowe. Welcome to the program.
You're so dramatic. What are we talking about? Good morning, and welcome once again to the program. I am Jane Wamboy. As always, we appreciate that you choose to start your morning with us. It is Entertainment Thursday. We have a fantastic show lined up for you. Music, Leo, Victor Meta Siasa Kando. So we might see him dancing to a tune or two. Wakikuchezea Paranyasuba.
Yes.
Iyo, uta dance?
I will try.
You will try?
I will.
Let us again afford you your story. Nonetheless, welcome once again to the program. Doreen.
What really stood out for me from that speech, much as it was in his own dialect, was the fact that unless the DP changes his behavior, he still has a shot, he still has a chance, but unless he changes his behavior. And that reminded me of Robert Greene first law: never outshine your master. Your boss is your boss. Your master is your master. He always has some stick or something to say about you moving forward. But tuko hapa, it's all a Thursday. It is a Thursday, so we have clearly lots of entertainment lined up for you, beginning from when we'll start our conversation up until the end of the show, as well as lifestyle segments. So we urge you to stay put up until the end of the show, as well as also how our roads will be looking like. We'll definitely have to be looking at that, given the fact that the weatherman already said that between this coming month of March up until May, we expect short rain. So how is that going to really impact how our roads are going to be looking like, particularly when it comes to traffic? We always know there's a bit of synonymous between traffic and rain. So this is why we always have to be here to just try and check out for you most of these roads and try to give you some better alternative routes, particularly for those going about their businesses this early morning. Thanks for making time. I'm Doreen Arange Okello.
There you have it. That's a whole team, but we're not done here in as far as matters information and entertainment are concerned. We have so much lined up for you. You're in good hands as we ponder on the Sagana 3, the outcome, and how it's going to change the political landscape. From me to you, in as far as Wanjika is concerned, we need to look at, what are these leaders who are on the campaign trail offering? What have they done before? What haven't they achieved? And are they ready to really see through what they had promised to come to fruition by the time we change over or transit to the new government? We need to be a little bit more prudent in electing our leaders. We start off with the news. A quick breather. We'll be right back. Once again, you're watching KBC Channel 1. This is Good Morning Kenya, and I'm Regina Manyara. We start off with the headlines just to remind you that all this is also available on our website, that is www.kbc.co.ke, for further reading. Now let's start off with what happened yesterday in Sagana, where President Uhuru Kenyatta formally endorsed ODM leader Raila Odinga as his preferred presidential candidate in the August 9th presidential race. The president, while addressing over 5,000 leaders who congregated at the Sagana State Lodge, said he had chosen Raila over his deputy, William Ruto.
Speaking in his native Kikuyu language, the president sought to explain to his supporters why he had severed ties with his deputy, William Ruto, to support ODM leader Raila Odinga. President Kenyatta accusing the deputy president of lying to the electorate through false promises.
Aliamwe makoleto magithiuruka kwanyu makimwiraga na moimete kanitha hindi yo maroka kumwira neguo makimwiraga gutire kindu mamwikirwo ni mararia makani maheni.
The president cautioning young people in the Mount Kenya region whom he says have fallen prey to the politics of deception.
Vizazi ambavyo wamezaliwa kutoka mwaka wa 2002 wameona mambo hii. So mategemeo yao ni makubwa na ni sawa, ni haki yao. Lakini ni vizuri pia wajiulize yale ambaye yametendwa tulikuwa tumetoka wapi. Wengi hamjui vijana. Ni sawa, mkija mkiambiwa ni kwa sababu mmeona yale mmeona. Lakini ulizeni wazazi wenu wametoka wapi.
President Kenyatta spilling beans on the deputy president, claiming his lieutenants had stolen 3 billion shillings meant for the construction of the Aurora and Kimorel Dam, proceeds being used to entice the clergy for support.
Woka haha na bese yoralia ne bese siagere no gutwarira ado Elgeyo Marakwet damu bilioni 3 negetha ciana cia Ngai inyue maaĩ negetha ciana cia Ngai ihote kurima neguo ciekirwo muhuko wa mundu woka koroga makanitha ati ndakunengera milioni 2 oke haha tuinagire hallelujah.
To leave the country in what he says are safe hands, the president formally endorsed Raila and rallied his supporters to support the Azimio la Umoja.
Githedi amwera Kibaki adigaire nie economy ya trilioni cigana neguo uria nie nganengera thirikari na ne mwamugweta neguo ngamotigira economy ya trilioni 13 mucoke mugea ati wira timorute
President Kenyatta called on the vote-rich region to unite, promising to embrace all political parties in the region. This is the first time President Uhuru Kenyatta is speaking so passionately about his differences with Deputy President William Ruto. Whether this will alter the voting patterns and the support for Deputy President is only a matter that time will tell.
The aftermath of the president's speech down in Sagana there elicited mixed reactions from across the political divide. While some are in support of the sentiments, others are of the opinion that the head of state should have steered clear of the succession race.
As the President of the Republic of Kenya, yes, he will vote, but the point we are trying to make is a symbol of national unity. He cannot play sectarian politics where he's supporting one president against the other, because it will further divide the country.
Why does it pain them when they see the president who has been quiet, who has been working diligently for this country, has now come out and say it's my moment now to talk politics? I think there's a lot of panic around UDA and Tangatanga.
Many people will come to believe and think that Raila Amolo Odinga is going to be a pet project of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So basically, he should have stayed aloof and not think directly on that matter. And he should have remained as focused as he was, so that he can have a form of leadership that is all inclusive and who can be able to pursue together in a bigger coalition instead of giving a specific support to one individual. Yeah.
To us, it's not a shock. We were prepared for it, and our supporters knew that that was what was eventually going to happen. Therefore, from now on, we move on without the support of HE.
Any change of the ground is that wale wengine ambao hatukuwa nao ndio sasa wamekuja zaidi, kwa sababu wameona there was no beans to be spilled. Hakuna makosa William Ruto alifanya.
Kenyans are democratic and free, and they know who to choose and who not to choose. The moment you appear to impose anybody on them, they will reject that imposition.
Are your sentiments after that a particular speech by President Uhuru Kenyatta down in Sagana yesterday? Remember, our Twitter handle is open to your feedback. You can get us at KBC Channel 1. My Twitter handle is at Ray Manyara. Did the president meet your expectations yesterday down in Sagana? We're open to your feedback. Remember to include where you're watching this particular broadcast from. Now, away from mixed reactions, while that was happening down in Sagana, Deputy President William Ruto took his brigade to Makueni, saying if he's elected, his government would focus on reviving the economy.
The Kenya Kwanza Brigade was in Makueni County on the 10th to popularize its bottom-up economic model to the expansive Ukambani region. Deputy President William Ruto hitting out at his opponents in the Azimio la Umoja, terming them as having no transformative agenda.
Please, we are asking our competitors, stop trying to use the president, the man we elected, who has completed his duty. Stop misusing him to try and campaign for an unpopular project, to try and push a man who has no plan, a man who has no agenda.
Ruto term in his agenda focusing on the economy revival, youth employment and improvement of the healthcare system through provision of NHIF cover is a game changer.
Tutaweka pesa ya kutosha kwa kilimo, tuweze kujenga dams ya maji, sio ile ya Thwake peke yake. Tuwe na dams ya kutosha hapa Ukambani, ipatikane maji, watu wazalishe chakula, watu wazalishe mimea, waweze kuwa na mapato ambayo itaweka pesa kwa mifuko yao.
The DP challenged Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka to jump ship and join the Kenya Kwanza Brigade.
Nauliza nyinyi watu wa Kilome, mnataka Kalonzo aendelee kusukuma kitendawili ama aungane na sisi tutengeneze serikali? Nitatuma nyinyi kwenu. Mkimpata mtamwambia Hasla alikuwa area na alikuwa anamuulizia, si ndio?
His sentiments were echoed by ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi, who accused Odinga of having shortchanged the NASA principles in their previous coalition.
Yeye akasema kwamba hatagombea kiti tena. Na sisi tulikuwa tunajua kwamba kama hatagombea aondoa jam, Kalonzo atakuwa mbele.
Sera zake, especially za bottom up, ndizo zimefanya wananchi wa Kenya wote wala wa kawaida kumupenda sana.
Tutaunda serikali ya wananchi wa Kenya ambaye ni wakereketwa ya kuangalia maslahi yenu.
Wakati huu ni wakati wa siasa, na mnajua ile kiti deputy president anaitisha, mutampatia.
Deputy President William Ruto took the Kenya Kwanza Brigade to woo voters in the Ukambani region, maintaining that the bottom-up economic model is the best bet yet to transform the nation. Nancy Okware reporting from Uvete area of Kilome, Makueni County.
We'll keep tabs on the campaign trail. Remember, this is your true partner when it comes to updates in regarding to matters politics as we head into the August 9th general elections. Now crossing over to matters education, where the Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha, is calling on tutors in technical and vocational education and training institutions to undertake a paradigm shift from theory-based examinations to practical solutions addressing common life challenges. Professor Magoha, who was the chief guest at the Kisumu National Polytechnic's 9th graduation ceremony, also challenged the youth to embrace training in skills which address unemployment in the country.
Magoha at the same time urged the TVET institutions to tailor their programs in line with day-to-day life demands and cut on business courses which he noted have flooded the job market.
This idea of students regurgitating theories when you are working with them in the lab, can I encourage the teachers to stop it? As a trained surgeon, you can see me operating for 20 years. Now the day I have collapsed and you have to save somebody, that's when you know you can't operate. So allow your learners to dirty their hands.
The CS challenging the youth to embrace TVET institutions and learn skills that are relevant to the job market and become job creators rather than seekers.
You will only remain jobless if you want to remain jobless. Because there are so many things that our people do. For example, if you are trained to add value to food here, and you are in our area here, and you sit in your house looking for a job, I would want to label you a big fool. Because there are jobs everywhere. You go and market yourself, you'll find that there are so many farmers who require your knowledge in order to help their soil to remain fertile. You don't give it free, and once they know who you are, they'll be looking for you.
He told the over 3,000 graduates to put into practice the skills they have acquired from the institution over the past 3 years. The Principal Secretary in the State Department of Vocational and Technical Training, Dr. Margaret Mwakima, said the government was committed to strengthening TVET institutions, having increased the number from 52 in 2013 to 238 in 2021 at a cost of 10.6 billion shillings.
Out of the 238 institutions, 198 are operational and 46 are nearing completion. Again, due to the 10.3 billion capitation government grants and the Kenya shillings 11.1 billion HELB loans to TVET trainees since 2019, there has also been an increase in enrollment from 55,945 in 2013 to 249,316 in 2021. Additionally, a conditional grant of Kenya shillings 2 billion is given to vocational training centers every financial year.
Let this institution stay as a polytechnic, and the minister agrees with me. This idea of transforming every polytechnic into a university kills a very critical cadre we need in this third industrial revolution or economic revolution in our country.
Moving away from matters education, now teen mothers in Nakuru County now have a place to call home and attend school after a rescue center opened its doors to them. The rescue center in Subukia town was founded by a group of women and will specifically accept teen mothers from poor families as well as those who have been rejected and abandoned by their families. So far, over 40 teen mothers have been enrolled. Purity Museo has a report.
Hope for teen mothers in Subukia, Nakuru County. At this rescue center, over 40 young mothers will get an opportunity to not only complete their studies but also comfortably live with their children.
Hii shule tulianzisha kama wamama wakati tuliangalia msichana mwenye alizaa wakiwa primary, mwingine akazaa akiwa secondary, akakosa mwelekeo. Mzazi akamkataa, mwenye kumpea mimba pia akamkataa, msichana akakosa maisha. Tukakaa chini kama wamama, tukasema lazima tuanzishe hii mradi, ndiposa tusaidie msichana ndio apate kuendelesha maisha.
The school management has employed caregivers to take care of their babies while they study. And after the day's lessons, the girls are reunited with their babies.
When the mothers, they come from class, they usually come and wash their hands, and then they go inside to breastfeed the babies.
The girls are grateful for the opportunity that was almost taken away from them by fate.
We faced few challenges, being rejected by our parents. We lost some of our friends, but all in all, God is so faithful. The Subukia Prestige Teen Mothers School came at the right time.
Local leaders have lauded the initiative by a group of women in the area that has granted these girls another chance in life.
Ninapongeza sana wamama ambao waliona ni vizuri wasichana hawa teen mothers kushughulikiwa na walipata hiyo sababu.
According to education stakeholders, most girls are deprived of their right to education after they get pregnant.
Tulipotangaza, wasichana wamekuja wengi kwa wengi. Na kweli tumeona wasichana walizaa wakati wa corona wengi, ambapo wamekosa mwelekeo. Kwa siku huwa anapokea wasichana kama 7. Ukisikia venye msichana anakueleza hata jinsi alipopata huyo mtoto wake, mwenyewe unasikia kulia.
The school's principal now urges both national and county governments to roll out similar projects across the country and empower young mothers.
Over to the counties where over 3,000 residents of the hunger-stricken area of Ngomeni in Mwingi North constituency, Kitui County, have received a food donation courtesy of a non-governmental organization. The locals, while lauding the kind gesture, urged the government to take cue and supply them with the much-needed relief food. This and more stories in our county's news roundup.
The David Musila Foundation donated 400 bales of maize and wheat flour to the residents of Ngomeni in Mwingi North to cushion them against drought.
Tumetarget like 3,000 people kutoka Ngomeni ward, ili wote kila mmoja tuhakikishe ya kwamba ameenda nyumbani na kilo 4 za unga wa mahindi.
Meanwhile, plans for the national examinations in Trans Nzoia County are in high gear, with over 50,000 candidates set to sit for their national examination this year across the country. County Commissioner Sam Ojwang said there will be no room for malpractice.
Si wale ambao tunasimamia mambo haya ya kwamba hawa watoto wanafanya mtihani kwa njia ambao iko na integrity, kwa njia ambao ile watapata kama results ni ile ambao tu waliweza kuweka kwa mitihani.
Elsewhere, Mayor Southern P. Geoffrey Kingangi has denied claims that his Constituency Development Fund Board cannot account for the 23 million shillings as claimed by some quarters.
We have nothing to fear. I have not taken anybody's money. There are no ghost students in this constituency.
In Isiolo County, a gender policy has been unveiled to govern the implementation of various projects and programs that are gender-specific within the county.
This policy will now really help to ensure that the issues of domestic violence against women, against girl child, against those kind of things will be eliminated.
Finally, Malindi town residents want the Sabaki Waterworks revived to supplement the water produced at the giant Baricho Waterworks.
Kubwa ni ndani ya Malindi kwa sasa hivi hauwezi kupata maji kwa muda wa wiki moja mfululizo, haiwezekani. Maji tunapata maji siku 3 kwa wiki, siku 2 hakuna. Ukipata siku 2, siku 3 hakuna. Na hili limekuwa ni tatizo la kujirudia.
The residents have given the Coast Water Development Agency and the Malindi Water and Sewage Company a 2 weeks ultimatum to solve the water crisis.
Now, before we cross over to matters business, is breaking news in as far as matters of the world are concerned, is that Vladimir Putin has gone to war after announcing a special military operation with the aim of demilitarizing and denazifying Ukraine. We're going to be keeping tabs on that. This is what is being broadcast by by several international broadcasting firms. At this point, we get to confirm that, but once we do, you will be in the know. Now, on to matters business, is that landlords will be required to give tenants a 90-day notice before increasing rent if the Landlord and Tenant 2021 bill is enacted into law in its current form. The bill, which is in its second reading at the Senate, further proposes introduction of price controls for rent based on the market value as opposed to landlords arbitrarily setting the rent.
Landlords and tenants have on most occasions been at loggerheads over rent increments and forced evictions. This can be attributed to poor regulation, as existing laws have gaps that fail to clearly stipulate the tenancy relationship. The Landlord and Tenant Bill 2021 requires landlords to give tenants a 90-day notice for increasing rent and structures rent increases.
The landlords have always been, giving the rents the price they wanted, depending. They could even change within no time and without even giving notice. But this bill then will help the tenants because the rent will be based on market values.
The aspect of this bill that mandates or that decrees that in order to raise rent, there has to be a process, there has to be a form of hearing, a form of engagement, and other considerations is highly welcome.
If adopted in its current form, landlords will not be allowed to evict a tenant who fails to pay rent without involving the rent tribunal.
It is also very important to note that in this bill, it talks about a duration where if the eviction is not carried out within a stipulated period of time, I think it is 60 days, then it lapses.
Somebody is staying in your property, but they are not considering you having suffering because you do not have any other. Probably you wanted the rent charges to pay the mortgage.
However, Narok Senator Ledema Olekina took issue with the bill for not spelling out where tenants' deposits will be safeguarded during the period of occupancy.
One, to define how the interest, the tenancy deposit will be handled during the period of the deposit, whether it will be a custodial account, or rather the government protected scheme, or whether it will be an insured account. And the tenants needs to know their rights.
The debate there, majority, you're either a landlord or a tenant, and landlady, so to speak, just to be, gender balanced there. So it's either you're renting or you own a home. So indeed, this is going to change how things work, especially in the rental space and the real estate sector in general. Now we cross over to matters agriculture, where members of the National Assembly are irked that the National Treasury omitted a 1.4 billion shillings kitty for the fertilizer subsidy program in the 2021-2022 supplementary budget, which they want included. The legislators debating that this parliamentary budget said the amount will be used to stabilize fertilizer prices ahead of the planting season as the government explores long-term measures of lowering the cost of fertilizer.
Farmers have been grappling with high cost of fertilizer that has seen the retail price of the commodity rising to about 6,000 shillings, up from 3,500 shillings in 2021. Legislators are worried that the increased fertilizer prices might ultimately push up the cost of maize flour.
If production is not checked, it means we are going to import maize. And when maize, Honorable Speaker, it means at the end of the day, we are going to increase the cost of production and everything is not going to work for the country.
Kabla hatujakata kauli ya kutoa msimamo wetu, waweze kutoa taarifa ya jinsi mikakati imewekwa ya kusaidia mkulima ili aweze kupata mbolea kwa bei nafuu.
The National Assembly wants the National Treasury to urgently include the 1.4 billion shillings meant to stabilize fertilizer prices in the supplementary budget ahead of the planting season.
We had requested for about 15 billion to be able to sort out the issue of subsidized fertilizer in this country, especially at this time when fertilizer prices are very high. And the cabinet has not given a feedback, which we should expect that they should move very fast. We were able to do the supplementary and make some adjustments where we put in 1.4 billion to be able to subsidize fertilizer so that as we await cabinet's decision.
Even if it's going to be in a supplementary budget, Mr. Speaker, that this fertilizer can be provided for the farmers as quick as possible, because as we speak, Mr. Speaker, it has started raining, and when it starts raining, Mr. Speaker, very soon it will be planting season.
Earlier this month, the Agriculture Ministry said the fertilizer subsidy had been depleted to 1.2 billion shillings, while about 8 billion shillings is needed to subsidize the fertilizer.
To the sporting arena, where Kenyan players registered mixed results as the curtains came down on the Parkland Open Squash Tournament at the Parkland Sports Club in Nairobi. The one-weekend event, which attracted players from several African nations, saw 18-year-old Arna Mladi being the top-placed Kenyan after reaching the quarterfinals of the tournament.
The national squash team head coach Prince Mukuka says the tournament gave a good platform to upcoming and experienced players to showcase their talents. 18-year-old Arna Maldi, who qualified to the quarterfinals of the tournament, is optimistic of making it to the Kenyan team for the Commonwealth Games slated for July 28th to 8th August in Birmingham, England. The Kenya Squash Association targets to use such tournaments to expose players and gain experience that would play a pivotal role in growing the standards of squash. The tournament was used to select players for national senior and junior teams ahead of the Commonwealth Games and African Youth Games, which are slated for August in Cairo, Egypt. Channel on Sports, I'm Ramongi.
Well, that puts a cap on matters and news. Remember, further details are available on our website. That is www.kbc.co.ke. I wish you a pleasant viewing ahead and a great weekend, so to speak, because Thursday is a new Friday. We take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be focusing on what the various dailies have in store for us this Thursday morning.
Big Minds, brought to you by Communications Authority of Kenya.
Don't be fooled. Get cyber smart and enjoy safe entertainment and education online.
The Communications Authority of Kenya. Mawasiliano kwetu, nguvu kwako.
Mimi sitaki vita na wewe. Yaani nitafute mahali kwangu na hapa ni kwangu tayari.
Kila siku namuosha, mbona sioni birthmark?
Huu ni mtego mama. Mimi sina imani kabisa na huyo Kate.
Mama, yani mama.
Sitaki uhusiano wote mimi na wewe. Si biashara, si jingine lolote.
Asking for trouble? Why do you keep trying to ruin everything?
You really think what we have right now is real happiness?
Would you please wake up? Just go out into the world and find someone else.
Jenny, if you leave me, I'll die right away.
Hey! It doesn't matter who I am. What matters is your son's having an affair with another woman. And what's more, your daughter-in-law is covering it up for him.
What?
Let me tell you. Jack will be with me sooner or later. I will never give up on him. Pity. You're to blame here for not having a baby.
You're completely shameless. You've got no shame at all.
As long as I get to see you, I don't care what anyone else thinks.
You're disgusting.
Right, so let's take a look at what's on the front pages of our local dailies. I have got two newspapers here. I have the Star and the Standard. Let me start with the Star. Raila is my man, Ruto bad for Kenya. That is Uhuru. Kenyatta accuses Ruto of running a campaign of lies in Mount Kenya fueled by stolen funds. That is what happened yesterday at Sagana State Lodge. The president said that actually he endorsed Raila Odinga, saying that the former premier best experienced to steer country. That is what's on the front page of the Star newspaper. On second page here, I was offered cash to withdraw from ICC, according to the third witness, the third prosecution witness in the case against lawyer Paul Gisheru. On Wednesday, told the court that she was offered to withdraw. She was actually offered cash to withdraw from the ICC. The witness said that the attempts were made after she had provided statement to the prosecution in regard to the violence that rocked the country after the 2007 general election. Very quick, Raila is my man. That is the main story here. Ruto bad for Kenya. The president said that told Kenyans that DP Ruto was linked to graft and stole project funds meant for the people of Mount Kenya and elsewhere. He donated the money to churches, according to the president. For the first time, Uhuru publicly asked his Mount Kenya backyard to strongly support Raila Odinga, saying that the country would be safer in his hands. All right. Of course, in verbatim, a lot of things, quote unquote, I'm asking you to support Raila Odinga, Raila means well for the country, etc., etc. You can take a look at that story in details. Kenyatta support for Raila won't work, says Ruto allies. They said that they argue that he lacks capacity to deliver strongholds to Azimio team. Now, the sentiments were made by Murang'a Senator Irungu Kang'ata and MPs Kimani Ichung'wah of Kikuyu and Isaac Mwaura, who is nominated senator, who said that the call came late as the people of Mount Kenya have already decided who they will vote for come August 9th. And they're talking about Deputy President William Ruto. And yesterday, the president actually showcased his track record, saying that he has delivered to Kenyans. He said that he did not deliver 100%, but to some extent, he did his best. Now, let me say this. Uhuru said that while the Kibaki administration left behind 5 trillion shillings GDP, his government will leave the country's wealth at more than 13 trillion shillings. That settles the whole economy debate on the Star right now. Jen.
Now, let me just pick up at that particular point with the Daily Nation. Again, that is the main read here. My deputy is unfit to rule, but that particular address at Sagana State Lodge was quite, to some people, it did do what he was supposed to do. But the president did actually had a PowerPoint presentation narrowing down the milestones and the progress that he had brought to the counties in the mountain, because there was conversation from allies of the deputy president, among many other critics, that he had ignored the mountain. But he actually had a PowerPoint set up to actually show the projects that have been undertaken in the 10 counties in the mountain, from the 582-kilometer Mao Road. And he actually, looking at the figures that were estimated, the combined economies of the 10 Mount Kenya counties was now estimated to be 3 trillion Kenya shillings, which is equivalent to 30% of the country's entire GDP. So in his own words, of course, which he spoke mostly in Kikuyu throughout the entire address, he did say that they need to stop saying that he hasn't done much for the Mount Kenya region. And on the other hand, while the president was giving his address, we have allies of the deputy president who, on the other hand, said that President Kenyatta had failed the people of Mount Kenya and vowed to reject Azimio la Umoja once we get to the ballots on the 9th of August this year. They went on to accuse President Kenyatta of falsely stating that his deputy was dishing out funds, claiming that this is misleading information. And actually, according to Murang'a Senator Irungu Kang'ata, he said that the president had ignored the thorny issues that are pressing the country, which range from youth unemployment, insecurity, and the high cost of living. He said that the president actually should be addressing the concerns around insecurity in Laikipia and Lamu. He should have also addressed the harassment that businesses are facing, especially small and medium enterprise businesses. He also said that, he needs to look into address the concerns for businesses that revolve around KRA and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, as opposed to criticizing the deputy president for his help in running the country for the past 9 years. That is sort of a response to the president's address right there, which is actually the main read on this particular daily on the front page. The other story is in regards to food. Again, the hashtag lower food prices is still soaring high on the social platforms. Here now there's a piece concerning the prices of rice, where you will now have to pay more for a plate of rice. And let me just give you some details on this particular story, because it is quite pressing, and especially for the farmers, because this information did come from the farming meeting in Mwea, in the Mwea irrigation scheme in Kirinyaga, where they are saying the cost of producing a kilogram of rice has increased by 12 shillings, which was initially 30 shillings per kilogram of rice. Now they are spending 42 shillings for the same quantity, which is estimated to be a 40% increase. And looking at some of the other aspects that come into play when it comes to farming, and that is particularly so fertilizer. Looking at the top dressing fertilizer, a bag used to cost 1,500. Now a bag is going for 3,400 Kenya shillings, more than double the price. And also looking at other fertilizers, and the example that they have given here is the NPK fertilizer, which used to cost 2,500. Now it ranges between 6,400 and 7,000 Kenya shillings. So consequently, these prices will be translating to over-the-counter and retailing prices that we get to spend as the common mwananchi. That is the front page of the Daily Nation for you this morning. Doreen.
Uhuru, here is my case against William Ruto. That is the main header this morning on the People's Daily, just going by the president's speech yesterday as he was speaking to Mount Kenya. He obviously also took a tip on church leaders, saying that they should not lie to Kenyans just because they have received stolen money. He also what was happening. In fact, he was the last person he talked to before he went to speak to former Premier, that is Raila Odinga, concerning how they could bring peace back to the country. Further on went to say that the deputy is selfish, greedy for power, impatient, dishonest, and an enemy of the region. Such heavy words there from the president. Again, just as Wambo you've mentioned, he also again went ahead to give or deliver what he had done, particularly in the Mount Kenya region as it pertains to the different development projects, and obviously infrastructure as it pertains to road construction in the region took center stage of part of what he has done. He had done in the area in his tenure, and obviously this entire meeting elicited mixed reaction from different and different leaders. Just to mention a few, Senator Kihika said that witchcraft is real. Mr. Kenyatta, please respect the clergy. They have stood with Kenyan people while you have abdicated your job and become the most divisive and tribal leader of our time. Don't judge lest you be judged. This is after, of course, what the president said concerning church leaders. We also have different mixed reactions. In fact, some saying that the President Kenyatta is the least studied leader, political leader, yet the most talked about political leader. So even as that is happening, again, the president yesterday also urged private sector to see how best they can boost in terms of finances, and this is in respect to see how they can channel money. This is during the 7th replenishment cycle to the Global Fund, to see how they can boost finances when it comes to the fight against HIV, AIDS, TB, and malaria in the country. And slightly away from that, there's still an ongoing strike in City Hall as they have downed their tools since Tuesday, of course, decrying issues of unmet needs and paid salary, and they say that they shall not relent up until they get intervention from the government on these various issues. So when I get the details, I'm telling you particularly what some of these issues are, aside from just the salary beat that the City Hall workers are crying off. And lastly, really for politicians on academic papers, this is as the Kenya National Qualifications Authority, KNQA, DG, that is Juma Muhwana, said that they will not undertake any vetting of academic certificate for political aspirants for the upcoming general elections. So a bit of relief and a reprieve for aspirants who do not perhaps have the required academic qualifications, just as it has been mentioned there by the Director General. Victor.
All right, on the Standard now, Uhuru, why it cannot be Ruto. Uhuru, why it cannot be Ruto. The president confronts rebellion in his backyard, and in a no-holds-barred criticism of his deputy, Ghana State Lodge explains why he has ditched him for handshake partner, setting the stage for a bruising battle for the heart and soul of region that has been leaning towards the DP. That's what's on the front page of the Standard here. And Ruto cleared to visit the UK and the United States, giving you details briefly. And this is some of the sentiments about what the president said about Raila Odinga. He said that support Raila Odinga. A man seated can see very far compared to a lad on a tree. I choose to sit with Raila. If Ruto mends his ways, we may support him in future. And on Ruto, he said, you cannot give us huge amounts of dubious money and then tell us which way to go while carrying the Bible. You are one who will go to hell. End of quote. Gloves are officially off. Okay, and quickly on to the second page, fourth page actually. Fiery president speaks on why he fell out with Ruto. The president actually stated some of the achievements that in his tenure, or 2,600 kilometers since handshake Jubilee tarmacked so far. 1,100 kilometers were tarmacked between 2013 and 2017. 1.9 trillion shillings, a million, which Mount Kenya has received, actually titled is not shillings, in 9 years. 1.3 million people employed under Ajira program, and out of that number, 588,000 are from Mount Kenya. 50,000 people, disciplined forces employed by Jubilee administration, 28,000 of them are from the Mount Kenya region. 400,000 people connectivity, water increased in Mount Kenya region from 400,000 to 600 households. And lastly, hospitals with dialysis have increased from 11 to 82. Now the president said that government has pumped 3.9 billion shillings for the vulnerable, while the cash transfer beneficiaries have received 7.4 billion shillings in 9 years. Interesting there. Of course, the president said that it's now time to speak the truth. He said that he has delivered while others, quote unquote, worked from top of cars. Of course, this was the first time that this sentiment is coming from the president, and perhaps it means this. The president said that before handshake with Honorable Raila Odinga, the last person he phoned was his deputy. Ruto gets clearance from Foreign Affairs Ministry to visit US and UK. Since 2018, Ruto has been to Italy, UK, UAE, Uganda, South Sudan, and Zanzibar. And Foreign Affairs PS said Ruto had been cleared to travel. Now, Deputy President William Ruto will begin a 12-day tour of United States and United Kingdom starting Sunday. Multiple sources confirm that the visit will include high-level meetings with government officials, elected leaders, global policy think tanks, and Kenyans in the diaspora. The forum will be chaired by the Karen Bass, the chair of the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Subcommittees on Africa, Global Health, and Human Rights. So, according to that, that is it. And finally, Uhuru Raila to unveil Azimio structure. Uhuru to be the chairperson of the coalition party. Raila will be the coalition's presidential candidate. Just simple as that. Details shortly. Jen?
Let me pick up on that health note that you were on. And this is some good news when it comes to the fight against HIV and AIDS in the country. We all know we have been experiencing a lot of donor funding cuts over the recent years, but yesterday members of parliament recommended that 5 billion Kenyan shillings be allocated for the procurement of HIV commodities, and this is still, as we are struggling with the donor cuts that we have been seeing, and this is an increase by 1 billion from the 2021-2022 financial year, where the government had only allocated 4 billion. So in total, the National Assembly approved 4.95 billion Kenya shillings for looking at the financial year 2022-2023. That will go towards the procurement and distribution of critical HIV commodities and finance the prevention programs. Now, when it comes to the fight against HIV and AIDS, our country is heavily reliant to donor programs. And actually, they go on to give the figures, because looking at the entire budgeting, approximately 67% comes from donor agencies, followed by the government at 24%. So, broken down to the shilling, it means out of every 10 Kenya shillings that is allocated towards the fight of HIV in the country, 7 Kenya shillings comes from donors. So 3 shillings is what we are able to provide locally, in line with the fight for when it comes to HIV prevention and treatment programs. So this is definitely good news and a step in the right direction when it comes to the fight against HIV and AIDS. Now, coming to the other piece here, Huduma number is central to CBK's digital payment bid. So you will soon each and every individual will soon need a Huduma number in order to send money or basically make any transactions using your mobile phone. And this is so it is in line with the National Digital Payment System that CBK is in the process of rolling out. They say that the Huduma number will significantly reduce cases of money fraudster cases when it comes to the online platform, given our country has experienced rapid growth over the past 10 years when it comes to mobile money, and it also remains to be the platform that is heavily abused by fraudsters in this day and time. So of the 38 million people that did register for Huduma number back in 2019, those that haven't registered or did not register for the Huduma number, you will be required to have one in order to make any transactions over your phone. Doreen, tukifunga hii maneno.
Tukifunga hii maneno, so let's see the pioneering women MPs who were honored. This happened yesterday, and these are the Kenya's first female MPs, Grace Onyango and former Karachuonyo MP Phoebe Asio. They were recognized this year during the Trailblazers Award. The duo was honored by the government for their outstanding contribution, particularly in promoting gender equality and women empowerment in the county, in the country rather. Onyango was the first woman to be elected Member of Parliament in 1969. She was also the first woman to be elected Mayor of Kisumu in 1967. Asio received a recognition for working tirelessly in pushing for empowerment of women and girls. And remember that also this comes at a time whereby there's a lot of urgency for women to just see how they can vie for elective posts. And again, remember that also we had this on the dailies on Tuesday, whereby women are being urged to also go and register as voters, because this is part of the only way they can be able to get into this decision-making tables, as well as just be on the political space as leaders. So that is what happened there as it pertains to honoring women in leadership and women in politics. Time for us to wrap up in the headlines, I believe.
Yes, it's about that time we get to funga this particular segment, but of course it is Thursday. It is Entertainment Thursday. We always say it's the new Friday here on Good Morning Kenya. We have a fantastic show lined up for you from the artists that we have coming through. We have a DJ in the house today, so my request Zikwom. Send them through. We have DJ Shaku. We'll be introducing in a bit. Use the hashtag Good Morning Kenya on Twitter. Our official station handle ever remains to be at KBC Channel 1. Our individual handles are at Victor Olo, at Dorina Range, at Jane Womboy is how you can interact with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Keep abreast of the developments live from the National Assembly and the Senate.
On our members of parliament.
The questions.
When is the construction expected to commence?
The motions.
Beg to give notice of the following motion.
The debate.
Will as many as want to say aye.
The statements.
Statement on an issue of general topical concern.
The petitions.
Order number 4, petitions.
Stay tuned to KBC Channel 1 and Radio Taifa for live proceedings from both houses of parliament from Tuesday to Thursday. Live, uncensored, unedited. KBC, your national broadcaster.
Wiki hii kwenye mkulima tutakuza matunda ya karakara, tomato na makadamia.
Kupanda makadamia inachukua miaka kama 7 hivi. Hii ilichukua miaka 7. Nikapanda disi katikati. Alafu ikiwa kumbwa disi kaisha.
Nikaanza na 500 pieces ambayo wakati huu navuna na ninauza. Na ni vizuri kusema hata I'm not submit hata demand ya matunda ambayo yanatakikana na market.
Basi usikose kujiunga nasi Jumapili saa 9:30 kwa mseto kamili wa kilimo hapa KBC Channel 1.
Bwana yako mmejenga nyumba ngapi Nairobi?
Kwao amejenga nyumba. Amejenga nyumba ya ero ya matope. Mundemu wako ama?
Keta ndawili.
Tega.
Nyumba yenyu hakuna mlango.
Simulisukua mlango.
Kita ndawili hapa ni shule.
Mongoani na Mongoi, ni nani Mongoi?
Ati?
Hiyo nyumba ni yangu.
Hiyo nyumba ni yangu, si yako.
Mlango ni yangu.
Mlango ni yenyu.
Wewe ni wangu.
Mimi si wako, kwani mimi pipi yako?
Mimi ni wangu.
Wewe na wewe ni Kiswahili ya ujui ama ni nini?
Hiki kimutu kinaongea namna gani kwa?
Dos divididos por una sombra de traición.
Look, I know you don't want anything to do with the company. But just in case you do, I totally understand, because I will do it.
We meet tonight? Yes, absolutely. No, we can't go on like this.
I don't want your pity. I want nothing. Just leave me alone and don't come back here ever. I don't want to see you again. I don't want to see anybody. Why don't you get it?
I don't want our relationship to be ruined. I don't want to lose a son. I accept your plans to marry Mariella.
Wait, Dad, are you serious?
Yes, absolutely.
In that case, all right. I guess we agreed on something for the first time. I never thought it's possible.
Lying heart. Fue sembrando el veneno y la ambición.
wanaotama maforeigners wale makwa wamehama machoko swale jiji kwa pia ni mama. I'm keeping it real, keeping it loco. I'm so raw, original flow though. And Nairobi, ay. It's magic when I'm on the mic, I'm saying ay.
Ain't no city like my city, oh no.
Kuchagua wewe wangu, mume wangu, baba ya watoto wangu. Kupendwa nawe, majaliwa, kukuoa ni baraka. Mshauri wangu wa maisha, oh baby I love you. And for you, ninabadili mienendo yangu baba.
spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. You taste like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life.
You're always gonna be my number one. Somebody call for my man, call for me cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight is set west side, you're always gonna be my number one. Tell me how you want it, daddy. Tell me how you want it, papi. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy.
Nikaja kupenda na moyo wangu wote, binti huyu aliyenifanya ni mwote usiku na mchana, nikawa ni kama nimepagawa, sionekani popote. Nikaja kutenda mambo mengi magumu na mazito, ili mradi niwe naye, lakini sasa ninapotazama naona kwamba niliachwa upweke. Nilikuwa na wingi wa mahaba, nilikupenda kinyama, kukutenda sikuwaza kama nikakaza, lakini huonekani mpaka sasa. Nilikuwa na wingi wa mahaba, nilikupenda kinyama, kukutenda sikuwaza, nikakaza, lakini huonekani mpaka sasa.
Nikikumbuka mambo mengi wewe
tujazungumza. SMS zangu urudishi, please call me zangu unijibu, simu ushiki. Na najua hizi kuwa ni simu ulipoteza juu social media nimeona selfie yako na ile top fulani kali nikubaya dashiki. Kweli nikukumiss, nimekumiss tena sana. Na najua umenimiss pia, unanilenga tu juu tuliko sana. Ego yako iko juu, ulikuwa gademu wa maringo, lakini siteti, nilikupendaga tu hivyo hivyo. Yani tangu unitoke stress iko juu tu sana. Sura imejaza tu wrinkles. Kila time najipata nimekasirikia tu vitu simple. Hata jokes na my peoples na catch wao kishow tu my dimples. Yani kosa walisema si kosa, kosa ni kurudia kosa. Na najua unajua ulikosa but huwezi kubali umekosea. Shakuzoea, ni sawa tu nimekusamea. Una act selfish but kuishi bila wewe machozi mimi siwezi. Daily kukula kwa hoteli unajua mimi ni mlezi. Malkia, smile tamu Christian shape ya mwezi. Sipendi tukikosana, napenda tukichora 7 kwa 7. Love watu tunajua na kupenda tuko sana. Pamoja tembea Dar, Kenya, Moshi, Arusha, tunajirusha spending. Karibu Dolce Gabbana, mwanaume unajua ni kujikaza shopping wa spaghetti crop. 9 months later baby shower na pampa, love imeshika rada. Ladha, fast born anakaribisha brother. Twende nyumbani ni introduce kwa mother. Apata the other. Yani kosa walisema si kosa, kosa ni kurudia kosa. Na najua unajua ulikosa but huwezi kubali umekosea. Shakuzoea, ni sawa tu nimekusamea. Una act selfish but kuishi bila wewe machozi mimi siwezi. Daily kukula kwa hoteli unajua mimi ni mlezi. Malkia, smile tamu Christian shape ya mwezi. Sipendi tukikosana, napenda tukichora 7 kwa 7. Love watu tunajua na kupenda tuko sana. Pamoja tembea Dar, Kenya, Moshi, Arusha, tunajirusha spending. Karibu Dolce Gabbana, mwanaume unajua ni kujikaza shopping wa spaghetti crop. 9 months later baby shower na pampa, love imeshika rada. Ladha, fast born anakaribisha brother. Twende nyumbani ni introduce kwa mother. Morasta ameshapata the other.
Each and every day, but I'm always back to you. And loving all the times I'm around you. Girl, you got me feeling like starting a new life now. Even when I leave, I can see your rest staring in my own girl. It's crazy how I feel about you. Yeah, it's crazy how I feel about you. Let me take you down to my hometown, girl. Every day's a brand new world. I met you, girl, I've had a change to be the kind of man that you wanna take. So I'm coming back for you. It doesn't matter where I go, I'm already yours. Everybody else, I don't wanna know. It all comes down to you. Loving all the times I'm around you. Girl, you got me feeling like starting a new life now. Even when I leave, I can see your eyes staring in my own girl. Crazy how I feel about you. Yeah, it's crazy how I feel about you. Let me take you down to my hometown, girl. And I dream about a brand new world. You know how I feel. I will love you every day. Let me take you down to my hometown, girl. Every day I dream about a brand new world. You know how I feel. I will love you
napatikana na ugonjwa wa mapenzi. Hapo naniona mimi.
Welcome to Entertainment Thursday. Na vile unaona hata setup imebadilika. I'm telling you today ni ile siku. Kama umekuki hata entertainment over the past week, kama una feel ni kama Friday kwa nini inakaa iko mbali? Don't worry, Thursday is the new Friday. I'm Mike Ita, and of course I'm joined by Steph Ayeta.
Of course, this is Entertainment Thursday. We got all the good vibes going on in this place, so you are definitely in the right place. So much for you, just stick with us.
Nice. Na pia vile umeona kuna mamix zingine zime come through hapo, and as you can see on set there's DJ Shak na sile kuna mtu mwenye alikuwa na joke ali hapo. Is it okay nikikwenje kidogo? It's okay. Baby Shak. Ni Shak 254. Na hata unaweza kupata happy by the way. Send in my request.
Yeah, unaweza follow on Instagram, unaweza comment hapo on Twitter. Request acheza zote.
Okay.
Yeah. Safi kabisa, na pia bado unajua unaweza tupata hapo at KBC Channel 1 TV. That's on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Entertainment Thursday ujue iko na kila kitu. Na pia iko na gossip. Na Kenya entertainment industry ya siku hizi inakuwa very very juicy. Hebu imagine sasa hii situation. I think a lady should explain this. I'm talking about Frankie Just Jim It. Because if it's like I'm siding with a guy.
No, we
don't
all
want to
know
be
the
cancelled
facts.
this early.
No, we all know the facts. So Frankie has been in trouble lately because he just, creating baby mamas here and leaving them.
Wow.
So who does
now
that?
imagine if I said that.
It's not fair what he's doing. And people were saying that he's looking for another lawyer to heartbreak. What do you make of that?
Coincidence. By the way, Maureen was a lawyer, or is a lawyer. Is she practicing? I don't think she is.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she is.
And Corazon Komboka is also a lawyer.
A lawyer.
Wow.
So it's either he's attracted to lawyers or I don't know, there's something. And then now he's in trouble because, dealing with lawsuits, child support. And these are two lawyers we are talking about, so they might just bring him down, kabisa.
I think Frankie, we should have Frankie one of these days on this show, just to have a conversation about this and confirm. Because there's another side of the conversation where people are saying it was arranged. The plan was, kurusha mbili kama jua kali. So we really need answers on this.
Yeah, we sure do. We need answers because why? What is happening?
What is happening? Shak, what do you think?
Okay, I can't comment on that. Maybe tumute hapa and give the side of the story.
Because I think the only person who can tell us the truth is not Maureen, it's not Corazon, it's Frankie. Because I think the guy is Frank, just like his name. So he'll let us know what is the deal.
He can't be Frank. It's actually very contrary to his name. Doesn't.
Boy child. There's another side to this story, and we need to find out. Frankie, if you're watching, I hope you're watching. Enjoy your cup of coffee, but also mark your calendar and make an appointment with us. Let us know.
We would like to have him.
Na Mbogi Genje ni wengine pia amekuwa kwa news. Jana tu wameanza kupost sasa. Unakumbuka zile ma videos za kina 50 Cent. Anaonyesha tu do ati money sandwich. Now Mbogi Genje wameanza kufollow suit. KRG ilianza hivi. KRG the Don. I think most of the people who are familiar with the entertainment industry, KRG the Don. Akasema Mbogi Genje amwezi. Hapo kwa mkwanza mimi ndio namba.
Chini.
KRG sasa vile alisema hivyo Mbogi Genje wafanyaje? Hapo on Instagram wakaanza kupost their words of cash. It's a lot of cash. They can even buy lunch for KRG. One, I think it's dangerous to do that. Don't do that if you're watching. It's dangerous.
And KRG is watching, That's another reason.
That's another reason. But then there's a crackdown that's supposed to be happening. Akina Bahati by there. Is it a surprise? They need to be accounted for.
They need to be telling us where is this money coming from.
Because I think
what we're seeing doesn't really amount to, the money that we think is coming in.
And when you really think about it, look at entertainers. Who is the biggest entertainer right now in East Africa? We could say, Diamond Platnumz.
Oh, sure,
we could say. I'm not saying he is. Wasanii wangu wa Kenya tafadhali msitafute kwa inbox. He could be. And what Diamond does, akwage na nuna gari like after every quarter.
Now and then, yes.
Prado. Nini. Bahanye lakini, what is going on?
No, what is going on? The gifts are too much.
Ama ni acting?
It could be. Watu wengine wanasema ni kiki. You know what Eric Omoni did a while back? He came with a house, nice house, and then he said he bought it, but we came to know that it was a Airbnb. So we don't know if Bahati's house is actually there.
Yes, ama BNB ingine.
Ama ni BNB ingine, ama tu ni story ingine.
But what are the lengths people go to just for clout? When you really think about, because Eric Omondi is a really good example, Steph, because you remember on that property on the wall, alikomendika president of comedy.
Exactly.
So he made a plaque. He went ahead and made a plaque.
Yeah.
For this home that is not his, he made a plaque. Akaeka na simiti. It wasn't even like unadongile msumari. Akaeka na simiti hapo juu.
And that's money, a lot of money. So to what lengths are we willing to go to just...
To chase clout.
To chase clout, you know? And I think, you know, back to the talk we had the other day about maintaining relevance. Is this the way to go, or is there other ways that we can still maintain relevance in the entertainment industry? Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I hope our next guest ataweza kutuelezea. Next up, tuko na Steph Ayeta with Shanky Radix. You heard right. Shanky Radix is in the building. Ako hapa kutuambia amekuwa wapi. Ngoma ndio hizo zimecome through. Na ni kale tu kama vile tu zilikuwa ile time. Bado zinakuja na ile fire.
Yes, you know how people say the music them days was the real music. So we want to know why Shanky Radix went, and the music he's bringing back. Is it the same music? Is it taking us back to where we were?
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And that's all after this break.
This night brought to you by Communications Authority of Kenya.
Don't be fooled. Get cyber smart and enjoy safe entertainment and education online.
The Communications Authority of Kenya. Mawasiliano kwetu, nguvu kwako.
Why are you asking for trouble? Why do you keep trying to ruin everything?
You really think what we have right now is real happiness?
Would you please wake up? Just go out into the world and find someone else.
Jenny, if you leave me, I'll die right away.
Hey! It doesn't matter who I am. What matters is your son's having an affair with another woman. And what's more, your daughter-in-law is covering it up for him.
What?
Let me tell you. Jack will be with me sooner or later. I will never give up on him. Pity. You're to blame here for not having a baby.
You're completely shameless. You've got no shame at all.
As long as I get to see you, I don't care what anyone else thinks.
You're disgusting.
Mimi sitaki vita na wewe. Yaani nitafute mahali kwangu na hapa ni kwangu tayari.
Kila siku namuosha, mbona sioni birthmark?
Huu ni mtego mama. Mimi sina imani kabisa na huyo Kate.
Mama, yani mama.
Sitaki uhusiano wote mimi na wewe. Si biashara, si jingine lolote.
in a bed tonight. She a wants me, me I know. And man, a full ground me a day tonight. She a calling my phone. Oh, she say why me so unruly. Tell me the main reason you want me. The man with a ED. Curious girl, she got questions for Siri. We got that booty and wine for me. So crazy, you driving me. Girl, you put it on me nicely. She riding it, I'm sliding it. Spread it out to legs slightly. Oh, mama's them so widely. Beyond girl won't die for me. She have to die for me, yeah, yeah. Bounce your body out, we bounce you out. Girl, you go down, not to south. Sure you agree, I know fish out. Yeah, bounce your body out, we bounce you out. I'm on no scream, no to shout. Yeah, no loud them, no loud them. Ninja boy, me not fear nothing. Me, I'm like money and they smell like means. In a come for you every day flaunting. Yoruba the money they knock anything. Burning the midnight with the Riesler. And cock me rifle just the easer. Gina, better quickly stop the teaser. Give what belongs to Caesar, to Caesar. We got that booty and wine for me. So crazy, you driving me. Girl, you put it on me nicely. She riding it, I'm sliding it. Spread it out to legs slightly. Oh, mama spread them so widely. Caribbean girl won't die for me. She have to die for me, yeah, yeah. Bounce your body out, we bounce you out. Girl, you go down, not to south. Sure you agree, I know fish out. Yeah, bounce your body out, we bounce you out. I'm on no scream, no to shout. Yeah, no loud them.
They say love is a beautiful thing.
Ila kwako imekulemea, sababu ni wewe. Jua inanichoma kibandani.
Why just treat me right, I'll give anything you need. I'll be your one and only. Why just treat me right, I'll give anything you need, baby.
Nilizaliwa Migori, mambo ya uzunguni sielewi. Kidogo nachopata baby, usivimbe ipokee. Hata tukila umena, usiseme sio sawa.
Sio sawa, I'm a high class girl. Bila hiyo sio sawa.
Baby, itakuwa sawa. Yeah. Basi nilewe nilivyo, nilivyo, nilivyo.
Nami nielewe nilivyo, nilivyo, nilivyo.
Basi nilewe nilivyo, nilivyo, nilivyo.
Nami nielewe nilivyo, nilivyo, nilivyo.
Why are you asking for trouble? Why do you keep trying to ruin everything?
You really think what we have right now is real happiness?
Would you please wake up? Just go out into the world and find someone else.
Jenny, if you leave me, I'll die right away.
Hey! It doesn't matter who I am. What matters is your son's having an affair with another woman. And what's more, Your daughter-in-law is covering it up for him.
What?
Let me tell you. Jack will be with me sooner or later. I will never give up on him. Pity. You're to blame here for not having a baby.
You're completely shameless. You've got no shame at all.
As long as I get to see you, I don't care what anyone else thinks.
You're disgusting.
Good morning, welcome back. Still Entertainment Thursday, and our guest is here. We have Shanky Radix on air today, live for you. And if you know this song, you definitely know who Shanky Radix is. You know, Abambika Bambika Naingoma Noma. We'll play that later on. Yes, so Shanky Radix, welcome to the show.
Blessings.
We're glad to have you.
Wow.
You are a music legend. How does it feel?
Feels great. I'm humble, you know. It feels great, and the vibe is so mutual.
Okay,
Yeah,
and you received an award actually, a Golden Mic Award in 2013?
Yes, my dear, 2013.
2013,
Yes,
okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But first tell us, where have you been? Because people are asking, you know, we've had Shanky Radix, but he went away for some reason and we don't know why. So where have you been?
Well, actually, I've been around and about, you know, just doing my own stuff and all that. Trying to, you know, like, to get some things done right. You know, we're aging up with time.
Yeah.
And we can't just be on the same spot all the time.
All right.
You know, like, a lot needs to be done as we're aging up and all that. Like trying to get some things, you know, streamlined on the right line.
Okay.
You know, plus, yeah.
All right, we'll get into details of that because we want to know these things.
Nice.
But why did you leave? Because you did Bambika, what year? Was it 2002?
2005, just mid-2000.
Mid-2000.
Mid-2000, yeah.
Okay, so was this your first song?
Not really.
You had other songs?
Yeah, you know, people know me from Bambika na Ngoma Noma.
Yes.
But some of these people don't even understand my story. You know?
Okay.
Actually, even before Bambika, Shanky Radix was still there.
All right.
Yeah. Like, I strongly believe that we are the youth, like the first pop youth groups in the country. You know, like, who are really on the forefront.
Yes,
you know, like,
you're
I'm
actually
trying
the pioneers.
Yeah, you know. Because before the guys were there earlier on, but that's when we were still in high school. Still in high school at that time. We had the likes of, there was Hardstone, he was there before we got it. There was the Kalamashakas.
Yeah.
There was the Gidi Maji Maji.
The Gidi Maji,
you know,
yes,
there was the Darling Pills.
Yeah.
There was, you know, like, that crop of artists. Then we guys came in.
All right.
You know. So before Bambika, I was still doing music. Because with me, I started doing music when I was still in high school. That is way back. So music has always been in me.
Okay.
You know. But I can say Bambika was like a major breakthrough, you know, towards people knowing Shanky Radix.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, you know. Yeah, and I'm grateful.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So Bambika was a hit, and then it was the breakthrough song.
Yes.
And then after that, you went mute. So why?
Good question. Like I said, getting some things streamlined in the right way. You know, sometimes it's not all about just singing and rapping and entertaining people and all that.
Yeah.
Bills got to be paid by the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, as a man, you need to, you know, like, to take care of your life as well and get to understand where you're moving with your life. You know, you can be wasting much more of your energy just being in the public eyes, forgetting about your private and your personal life.
All right.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't think that I'd left doing music. I was still doing music, but at the same time concentrating more on my personal and private life. You know, because like I said, bills are to be paid.
Okay.
And at that time, you know, like music wasn't paying that much. As you understand, Kenya, it's all struggle. Because even if it was all these big artists around in the country, okay, their brand names are so big, but when it comes to their worth net, it's totally different.
Okay.
You know
so you
what I
can
mean?
be famous, people know you out there and everything.
Yeah, no.
What is in
and
your pockets?
I don't want to live that kind of life. You know what I mean? Whereby my brand is so big, my name is so big, while in the real sense, like my worth net is so different. I don't want to live that kind of life. So like in life, you have to learn how to balance.
Okay.
Because you know, like there comes a time whereby you don't want to be seen or whatever in the on the media house and all the crap. You know what I mean? So like plus I had to go back to school again. You know, and after my schooling, again I came back to music, and I was working at the same time. So you know, juggling between music. And work, it was hectic. You know, so when I came back, I did an album called the Kenyan Gold.
But before we get to that, let me take you back a bit. In an interview that you did 7 years ago, so this was a long time, you said that the fame goes too much for you, so you had to take a break, and you've explained this. So why do we have artists then, we have people, and fame does a lot of things. So why did you feel the need that you need to take time off? Because if it was someone else, you know, you'd go for it and go wild and go out and, you know.
Well, actually, you know, like we all have different drives in our life, and we all have different values in life. The people value fame. The people value being seen on TV all the time. The people value that, you know, that hype and all that. Plus, I'm from a very conservative family, you know, and I didn't know that Bambika would become such a, you know, like a continental hit, you know. So, like I said, back again to my story again, like I didn't like that too much hype on my face, you know, like the media guys on my story all the time, you know, like I'm not living my private life anymore, you know, and it was affecting me somehow, you know, like I could not walk freely in the streets. You know what I mean? Like I love being in the streets, I love hanging out with my boys and all that, but I could not do that, you know. Sometimes I get wild, you know, we're not perfect. Sometimes, you know, like I trip sometimes, and when you trip, it's all over the news, unaona. Na mzazi pia naona, hey, young man, hii mambo namna gani? So it was affecting my relationship with my, you know, with my family and all that. So I was like, let me just stay away from the public eyes. Let me stay away from the media and all that stuff.
Okay, so you went on and did. I know you did mass communication. Right? And then now juggling work and everything. But now you decided to come back in around 2014, 2015. 2014 is when you released Leo Ni Leo. But you know, coming back, did you feel the pressure? Because when you started out music, you were in a group, you were with Red Sun.
That's way back,
way back. You were with Red Sun, and we have, you know, Lyrical. I was with you too. So did you feel the pressure because they were way ahead in music, and now you are coming back? Did you have to start from zero? Did you feel the pressure? How was
Not really. I felt nothing. No pressure at all. No pressure. Like I said, every person has their own drive in life. The people have different values in their lives. You know what I mean? The people value fame. The people value this, the people value that. You understand? Me, I value things being done the right way. You know what I mean? So like I'm happy for anyone who's there. Whoever feels that is ahead of me, I'm happy for them. You know what you know what I mean? I'm happy for them, and I'm not complaining at all. I'm not complaining.
Your own journey.
Yes. Plus, I have my own dreams and I have my own ways and I have my own targets and I have my own market that I'm trying to target. I'm not here for competition, sweetheart. I'm not here for any sort of competition. Because music is not a competition in the first place. You know, music is a mission. Music is here to entertain people, educate, and to elevate souls. So when you're stepping into music, you want to understand what are you doing, what are you trying to do with music, because music is not a playing thing. You know?
And we'll get to that when we ask you about, you know, we do a comparison of how music was and how music is now. So now you get back into the industry after a long time. Was this inspired by the fact that you won the Golden Mic Award? Because this you won in 2013 and then 2014 you came back. So was this an inspiration to come back? Or what inspired you?
Well, actually, like I said, I started doing music a long time ago. So music has always been in me.
All right.
You know, it's not that years here and there. Music, you know, music chose me. I didn't choose music.
You didn't choose it. Okay.
So it has always been me for a very long time, you know? Yeah. Plus, like I said again, so that I'm not here for any sort of competition, and I'm not here just to mention names and all that. But I'm here just to do my own stuff at my own pace, at my own vibe and all that. Plus, I'm here to take my art towards the international level in a much more rightful manner. You know what I mean? I don't care about the hype. I don't care about the hype and all that. You know? So like, I have my own targets and I have my own levels of understanding. I'm in a different level of understanding right now as we're talking. I've grown with time.
Okay.
And I've seen the struggle of the industry and I get to understand the struggle. Plus, I'm much more smarter now and I'm much more wiser.
Okay,
than I
so
used to be,
okay, so now you're wiser. So what lessons have you learned now from?
Like I said again, don't let your image become so big than your personal life. You know, because it will get into your life, it will come and affect your life. You see, we have a lot of artists that we started with, and you know, the hype got so much into their head, and this really affected their personal life. You know.
Yeah.
So one thing people need to understand: don't ever mix the public life and your private life.
All right.
You know, your personal life is your personal life. Isikuingie kwa kichwa uko nyumbani kule udhaniwe ni star, unaletea star pa kwa hao. Ushanipata. So like those are two different lives.
All right.
You know, so like plus get to know how to how to go about your stuff and all that. Like I said, don't mix the two.
Don't mix the two.
Your public life and your private life. And personal life.
So that is the main lesson you've taken.
Yes. Plus get to understand what pays your bill. You know, what pays your bill, man? So
now is music paying your bills because you left because, you know, things weren't adding up, finances weren't adding up. So now is it paying?
Like I said, music is in me.
Yeah.
And I'm not just doing music for the love of money. You know, I'm not doing music for the love of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was for the love of money, I would not be here.
Okay.
Because after all, in the whole industry today, in our whole country, okay, God forbid, and Paul kama na choma mali fulani. You know, like I don't see any artist around there in Kenya who can say his worth net can be measured to, you know, to whatever, to some of our continental counterparts. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's all hype, but real life they've been pressured. You know, so like get to understand how the vibe goes. Plus, I'm not here trying to do it for the love of money, but I'm here to pass my peace of mind to the world and express myself to the world how I feel through music.
Through music.
Yeah. So like even right now, I'm here to emphasize more on an initiative that I'm starting. It's going to be countrywide.
Okay, we'll talk about that again. So when you came back, how was the reception? You've said you don't really care about the hype, but you know.
Great. As you know, like if you're good, you're good. If you're blessed, you're blessed. Kama iko ndani yako.
So reception ilikuwa sawa.
Super. Plus, you know, like when I came back, like I had like some of the top-notch whatever like slots in the country, you know. But I came back, I even was meant to represent Kenya in the Big Brother Africa, you know. Yeah, I was one of the headliners in the whatever in the Miss Kenya beauty pageant where Eunice, what's her name again? Evelyn Jambi became #4 in the whole world. I was one of the artists in that caravan, you know. So like if you're blessed, you're blessed.
You're blessed. Yeah,
if you're blessed, you're blessed. And the whole God bless, no one could ever curse. You can never take it away.
You can't. Yeah. So you came back and then you released 2 songs. The album is called Kenyan Gold, right?
Kenyan Gold, yes.
So what happened after that? Because that was 7 years ago. You again went mute.
Like I said, I'm trying to balance the two. The hype and the whatever and personal life. I have my personal life to live.
Okay.
And I have mouths to feed. I have dreams to chase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you know, like should I say I'm a jack of all trade and all that?
Okay, I get you, but do you think at some point you'll be confusing the audience? Because at one time you're back and the audience embrace you, you know, the people love you, and then it's like you go mute on them. You know, it's like in a relationship. So you're together, and then after some time, the person vanishes, no talk, and then comes back after a year, tells you, "Oh, so darling, how you doing?" You know, it's sort of like that type of relationship.
Actually, contrary to what it's saying, I didn't go like mute. I was still recording.
But we weren't seeing it.
Yeah. So that listen, I'm not very good on the social media. You know, we're living in an era of social media. If you don't see something on the social media, like, but it's very much around. You know, like Yoko, amefanya mambo mingi sana, unajua?
Yeah.
So like, if you don't see me on the social media so much, don't think that I'm not here.
So you're somewhere.
I'm just somewhere trying to study in them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now you're back, and we want to know, before we get to matters that you're doing now, the initiative. So tell us the comparison. You know, how the music industry was then and how it is now.
Well, actually, things have changed. Like I said, things have changed, but not really, because there ought to be talent in the first place. When we guys were starting, social media wasn't that prominent.
Yeah.
You know, like we could like deliver, you know, our stuff like one-on-one in the radio station and the TV station and all that. You know, like that hustle was so real.
The hustle was real, actually. Because most of the music from old school, they've just recently been uploaded on YouTube. It's not like how it is now, right?
Yeah, so like the hustle back then was so real. It's not like today where, okay, you know, the world is still evolving.
Yeah.
Nani pole, and again.
Yeah.
So like social media, these platforms that we have here today, it may say the younger generation so much. I'm not saying that we all do anything. Yeah, we're there, but we didn't tap so much into that line of social media and all that. Unaona? So like the vibe is so different. Kitambo iko vile saizi mambo iko. Unaona? Mtu yama amka asubuhi amerekod ngoma kwa phone, no, ipige kwa simu, amepost kwa YouTube, anangoja views, anangoja likes and all that. No, you guys, we were not waiting for views and likes. You know, back in the days, no, you had to, you know, put your shoulders on the wheel, get out there. You know, if you're good, you know, like prove your worth on the stage. You know what I mean? You cannot just sit down behind a camera and be like, yo, and all that crap. No. You want to prove yourself on the stage. Plus, there was something called visibility, you know, the physical visibility. You know, like nowadays, we don't even know these people, but they're there. You know, they're all over the, you know, the social media and all that, the internet. But I'm not complaining because we have to evolve with time and all that. It's a good thing because internet has really made it easier for, you know, for our product to be, you know, to be taken to the other world much more easily.
It's now global.
Yes. It's a good thing, and thanks to, you know, how do you call it, Bill Gates and his, you know, his clique and all that. Blessings.
All right.
Yes.
So apart from that, in terms of value, how people value music, has it changed? How it was and how it is now?
Like I said, people are different. The way you're wired is not the same way the other person is wired. There's some people who value like lyrics, some who value style, some who value swag, some who value, you know, like different other stuff. So it depends what you're looking for into that music.
Okay.
Because music is music. And music has always been there for years and years before you guys were born. Music was there from the time of creation.
Right.
You know, it just style and swag change kila wakati. So it depends on what you want to listen to. Are you listening to the instrumentation? Are you listening to the lyrics? Are you just watching that guy you love singing on the TV and all that? Oh, he looks hard and all that. What are you looking for in that music? Check it. So people wired differently. Yes.
Okay, so now as we come to a close of this conversation, we want you to tell us what you're doing now, what to expect from you before we actually get to sing it out, to perform it. So what are you doing?
Right now, there's an initiative I'm trying to put together. It's an initiative called the Peace Tour. Peace Tour, whereby we're looking forward to go around the country in the name of promoting peace, love, and unity. You know, as we all understand, we're heading towards our general elections right now. And as an ambassador of the nation, as a role model, you know, as an artist from this country, I'm trying to take this initiative all in the name of promoting peace, love, and unity.
Peace, love, and unity.
Yes, because we don't want our nation to go back to the dark days, you know. So I'm trying to use that blessing that God has blessed me with towards, you know, advocating for peace, love, and unity in our nation. You understand? We don't want our nation to go back to the dark days of 2007, 2008 again.
Yes,
you understand? Because like right now, msanii ni kilio cha jamii. An artist is the voice of the society. And right now, I'd like to urge all my brothers and sisters, let's try to voice out some positive messages right now, especially at a time like this.
All right.
You know, so I'm trying to call on to, you know, like people can work with. You know, I want to call on to the government. You know, let's work together on this.
Okay.
All the corporate heads. You know, where's my camera? Where should I face?
This one.
That camera. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm calling on to the government. I'm calling on to the corporate heads and all our media houses. Kindly, let's join forces towards this initiative that Shanky Radix is trying to build right now. You know, I'm trying to, you know, come up with a strong team. And we cannot do these things all alone. We need your support, and not just the locals only. From the United Nations, let's talk. From the European Union, let's talk. Madam Jane Marriott, we love you so much. Mr. Eric Nidler, the American embassies and the American community, we guys, we can work together all in the name of promoting peace, love, and unity. And I'm very easy to find. If you really want to talk with Shanky Radix and his group and his initiative, let's keep on talking. Let's keep on talking. I'm very easy to find. You can find me on whatever on the social media platforms. And there's a number I'll give you guys that you can always talk all in the name of promoting this initiative towards the country. You know, we cannot do these things all alone. You know, we want to work with you guys, and you know, like we understand music is the only thing that has no boundaries when it comes to tribes, religion, and our status quo. Music cut across each and every boundary, you know, and this is the only thing that can bring people together. So I'm urging all our country people, from the government, I repeat again, Mr. President, we love you so much. Kindly, if you're listening, if there's somebody who can get through, our DP, we love you drive and all that. Yeah, the Prime Minister, kindly, let's talk. And all the diplomatic communities of Africa, all the diplomatic communities around here in Kenya, let's talk in the name of promoting peace, love, and unity.
So where can they find you?
Shanky Radix, yeah, sorry?
Where can they find you?
Where can they find me? Let me give them a direct number.
All right.
If you really want to talk with Shanky Radix and the team, you can find me on 0723 967 166. And I repeat again, 023 967 166. Or you can hit me up on my social media pages from the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. Yeah, I'll get back to you and we'll talk. So all these people that I mentioned from the diplomatic communities, let's talk. Let's talk.
So your social media platform is?
Shanky Radix.
Shanky Radix.
Shanky Radix.
All right, thank you, Shanky Radix. It has been a pleasure having you around.
Super.
So before we can't let you leave before you perform a song. So which of the songs that you have done do you want to give us?
Well, actually, I know people know me from Abambika Bambika na ingoma noma ako sababu tumeanza tutakoma na in the remix tumesasafisha na kuwakilisha na imetoka bombshell yeah
DJ do you
kwanza wala DJ wala hash take it out ingoma pili ilitoa hivi inaitwa peace nenda hivi hatutaki siasa za chuki in our communities. Hatutaki siasa za chuki in our community. Nairobi tunataka peace, love, and harmony. Blessings, my people. Why? Yes, why?
Okay, thank you again, Shanky Radix.
Yes,
DJ, do you have any of the tracks to leave us with?
Bambika.
Bambika, yes.
Bring
back
it
to Bambika.
Do you guys have a microphone?
Taking you back in the days.
Straight.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Take it away, DJ.
So just do it over here?
Yes.
Straight.
Just over here.
Yeah.
Bambika.
Lyrical Enrico. The Shanky Radix. The remix. Abamika na ingoma noma. Akosa tanza tutakoma. Na ile remix tumesasafisha na kuwakilisha na imetoka bombshell. Abamika na ingoma noma. Kwa sababu tunaanza tutakoma. Na ile remix tumesasafisha na alafu pika. Na kama ngoma imefika basi katika. Bounce to the beat, feel the beat. Alafu get it your seat, kama show kile unacho. Fungua macho, jue bombshell tunayo. We got what it takes, kusanya move. Shake that you make your body bump and grind. See my kile watu wanakucheki. Hii ni day ya kupleki. Ukisleki, utapata unataka na wako mzako ni kile ya pauanje. Hebu kile tumekaa locomotion. Music yetu la potion. Basi set your wheels in motion. Twende kazi, kiwaziwazi, bila wasiwasi. Kwa jua si wote tutaka a good time. Bila madime, na to believe, hiyo si crime. Abambika na ingoma noma. Kwa sababu
This Minds brought to you by Communications Authority of Kenya.
Don't be fooled. Get cyber smart and enjoy safe entertainment and education online.
The Communications Authority of Kenya. Mawasiliano kwetu, nguvu kwako.
Log on to the KBC website at www.kbc.co.ke to get the latest breaking news, entertainment, sports, politics, lifestyle or business trends from Kenya and around the world. Never miss new episodes from your favorite TV shows, reruns and movies. Just stream online or watch live on your YouTube channel at KBC Channel 1 TV shows. For the day's biggest stories, trustworthy news and family entertainment, log on to KBC Channel 1. Watch what you want anytime, anywhere.
Conjurers rising up in all corners of the world.
They claimed they spotted us socializing in fight pits in the slums of Shanghai.
But why? Were we talking to the most feared men in the world?
What were we really doing? What Contra has always done.
Taking care of business.
Who in the world? This is a Guru Kwan.
Guru Kwan. All hail! Contra!
Physical exercise has significant benefits for your heart, body, and the mind. It helps in preventing some of the diseases such as non-communicable diseases, including diabetes and cancer. On your health show, we talk about physical exercise, why it's important, and it's all about burning the unwanted fat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Can I call you baby?
Call me baby.
Baby, can I get your number maybe?
Maybe.
Nataka tu juane, nataka tu onane, nataka tu elewane, nataka tu pendane.
I see you want to me.
Okay. Will you be my sunshine?
I will be your sunshine.
Can you be my sunshine?
Yes, I will be your sunshine.
Will you be my sunshine?
Yes, I will be your sunshine.
Can you be my sunshine?
I will be your sunshine. I see the sun shining.
I see the sun shining bright.
When I see your smile, I feel the sunshine. You are my sunshine. When I look in your eyes, I see the sun shining bright, shining bright. When I see your smile, I feel the sunshine. You are my sunshine.
Will you be my sunshine? Lady, can I call you baby? Lady, can I get your number, baby?
Vicky Bandes.
I won a jackpot yesterday. Baby, can I fly you away? Hey, I don't wanna live on Earth. Baby, can I fly you to Mars? I wanna love you for life. Atakamani last days of our lives. I wanna love you forever, hold you tonight. You bring back the fire, you bring back the memories. For our love is a beauty, baby. Nataka tujenge memories, yeah, 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 yeah. Tujenge memories, now, baby. Memories hujengwa na picha, tukizipost pale Insta na hata pia Twitter. Yeah, 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 yeah. Memories ni birthday ikifika, Ferrari nikikupa. Anything you want you'll get, anything you want you'll get. I'll buy for you a house in Hawaii, then to the shopping Mumbai. We cruising my yacht in Dubai. Yeah, yeah. Nataka tujenge memories, yeah, 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 yeah. Tujenge memories, now, baby. Jiachilie, ukianguka we nishikilie. Yeah, yeah. Jiachilie, ukianguka we nishikilie. Yeah, yeah. Nataka tujenge memories, yeah, 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 yeah. Tujenge memories, now, baby.
Alright, you got me attention. Vivian, Main Street, Borders. Girl, I love it when me up top shy. She need a real man fi come apply. That man laughing when she come out high. Girl, I say me fly, me love it when she have to get me high. You can have me anywhere you like.
I don't remember the last time you told me that you love me. Nikunoma.
Alright.
Wewe sana sinoma.
Okay then.
I don't remember the last time you sent me any flowers. Nikunoma.
Alright
Wewe
then.
sana sinoma.
Okay then.
Sitaki vita vya mapenzi. Moyo wangu wa kuenzi. Nataka tuelewane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sitaki vita vya mapenzi.
Good morning Kenya. My name is Mike Itai. Next up, tuko na Ramso Latino. Kuna watu wanamjua wale wameangalia the hip hop and raga dancehall scene in Kenya, and of course ameleta guest. Guest wake ametoka mbali, atatuelezea ametoka pande gani. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you so much. Tuna appreciate gang.
Utatuambia baadaye inamaanisha nini. I'm certain there's a lot of people back at home. They're wondering.
Yes.
Am I doing it right?
Gang.
Safi kabisa. And you've brought a guest, Money G. Welcome to the studios.
Hey, man.
And I think I should also say welcome to Kenya.
Yes, indeed.
Because you're hailing
indeed.
all the way from New York.
Was definitely. I'm happy to be here, you know.
The first thing anyone ever asks whenever someone is coming from, out of the country, how's the weather?
Oh, man. I mean, the weather is lovely. You know what I mean? I love the weather in Nairobi. You know what I'm saying? At night, it cools down real nice, and I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, with the rain, every now and then, kind of threw me off, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Not so bad.
I think it threw everyone off. No one was expecting rains in February.
Exactly.
It's all good.
Yeah.
As you would say, it's all good in the hood, Ama.
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, man.
Kali sana. Now, I hope you will allow Ramso. I know you love talking in Swahili.
Yes.
Because you're all the way from Tanzania. Umetoka Tanzania.
Original.
Hiyo place nimesahau hiyo jina inaitwaje?
Singida. Yeah, man.
Siko nimesahau, nilikuwa nataka uitamke ndo.
Lakini mimi
ni vile they pronounce.
Mimi mgenge, excuse me, ni mgenge.
Wewe ni mgenge sasa?
Yeah, man.
Lakini bado roots ziko wapi?
Roots ni kule, lakini mimi ni mgenge, man.
Na tumekuwa tukiongea.
Yes.
Life ulianza really early.
Yes.
At the age of 15.
True.
Ebu nieleze kwanza kabla tuingie the music part, and of course your collaboration with Money G.
Yeah.
How was it starting out in life so early at 15?
Unajua ni uhalisia tu wa life. Unajua ndo nishasema kwamba mimi nishai kuishi street life. Wanaita chokora, unanielewa? Hiyo ndo ilikuwa life yangu ile, unatoka umri fulani, so mambo na masomo, afu ukakuta labda life ya home haieleweki, ukakuta umejitoa home, ukaendelea na life yako. So mimi nilianza life katika hiyo age, lakini ilikuwa street.
Uliwezaje uko kwa street sasa?
Street si fresh tu, unapambana na umbu. At least ukitumia zile gums na nini, unapambana na umbu vizuri. Fresh utakosaje kutumia? Lazima utumie kwa sababu kunakuwa na baridi, kuna a lot of challenges, so lazima utumie.
Ndio ilikuingiza hapo kwa...
No, mimi ilikuwa ni life. Mimi nikitoka home nilikuwa niende kutafuta a way ya kutafuta life, kusurvive, unanielewa? Kujitafutia. Kwa hiyo katika ile hali ya kujitafutia mambo yakawa magumu, yakagoma. Kwa hiyo ikabidi mimi niishi street.
Nice. Lakini sasa unaona mali tuko hapa kwa Channel 1 tukifanya interview.
Yeah, man.
Big things may happen over the course of your life,
Yeah, man.
Hata sasa umepatana na Money G.
Yes,
karibu tena Kenya.
Hey, man, asante sana. You know what I mean?
I like it, Swahili.
Hey, man,
it was a test.
I'm getting it. You know what I mean? I've been around Latino for a minute now, so I'm picking up a lot. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of big things happening in your life, and of course there's the mixtape coming in July this year.
Most definitely.
But let's talk about you and music and growing up in New York. Who are your influences in music?
Man, I grew up, I'm gonna keep it real. I grew up listening to Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up with street music, you know what I'm saying? Coming up, listening to street music, hustler music, that was my inspiration, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of find my way in that. Like, I started writing music, and I was like probably 15, you know what I'm saying? I just listened to a lot of mixtapes, and I got used to that scene. Like, I wouldn't even worry about the mainstream type of music. I just go straight to the mixtape stream, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I got my, skills.
There's a quote I like, it says, art comes from a dark place when you're trying to seek the light. Like with Ramso's story, he said he started life early at 15, so you had to be tough early. What about you? Where does your music come from?
Man, hey, we probably share the same, story, because my music is like about hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came up hustling. You know what I mean? And in that, it was just like, okay, everything that I was doing, I had to express it, and I put it into music, because that was the way out for me. Like everything that I go through, every experience that I gain, and I'm like, yo, people around me going through the same thing, then I think I should speak about it. And I got the gift, I got the skills to do that in music and make it sound real nice, and I just went that route. You know what I'm saying? Started doing music. You know what I mean? Started writing raps. Did a couple of mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Back then it was mostly just you do a mixtape, it sound good, and you get it on the radio or you get it on the CD and put it out there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about too many videos. It's just about if it's real and it's real. It
wasn't about the views.
Yeah, exactly. Not about views. You know what I'm saying?
Plays on Spotify.
Yeah, that's what it was. If it's real, you go out there, everybody listen to it like, yo, he's real. Yo, he's doing this thing. I can relate. And that's it. It's on the scene. You know what I mean? So that's how we grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Now Kenya. We're here. We're doing music in Kenya.
Love it. Love it.
One would say it might be better to do music in New York. So let me ask, why Kenya?
Oh man, I love, being out here gives me a different feel. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in New York, I got a different feel. So I think it's all about the vibe. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in Kenya, you know what I mean? I come full circle. Like I feel like this home right now. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like second home for me. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm over here, I'm able to express myself, and I can use all my experiences that I have from New York and bring it out here, just in a different, a different art. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept doing that, and after a while, I'm like, yo, let's take it to Africa. And I got people, rappers, like, they would tell me like, yo, why don't you, you know what I'm saying, try do something in Africa, you know what I mean? And I was like, yo, that's, you know what I mean? I think I can do something over here. And I came down, and I was just waiting for the right opportunity. You know what I'm saying? When the opportunity strike, I get on it.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? For sure.
And Ramso,
Yes.
how did you meet up? Mlipatana wapi sasa na Maniji?
Okay, actual Maniji tulipatana street tu. Westlands. Mimi ni nasemaga king wa ghetto, waga niko mitatu kama kawaida. So si tulimit actually sio mambo ya music kwanza. Wanasemaga, you always say real recognized real.
Real recognized
yeah,
real.
so
Yes,
tulimit na Maniji hiyo way. Then baadaye tukaanza kuongea mambo ya music, kunotice kwamba anafanya music. So tukaona acha tuanze kufanya project. Ilikuwa tu easy hivyo, lakini sio kwamba labda nilimjulia nje sijui na music au alimjulia.
Yaani ni kupatana tu na mkaclick mkaamua tufanye muziki.
Tulipatana, then nikasikia kwa experience yangu nilivyosikia nikaona niga ana kitu fulani, na kwa sababu pia alipenda tufanye vitu. Tuko na vitu vingi ambavyo vitazidi kukuja. Yeah man.
Nice. Now there's a unasema real recognizes real. There's one of your lyrics in imenifurahisha sana. From Mtu Mwema.
Mtu Mwema.
In 2018.
Yes.
Inasema wengi wanafeki na ndio maana wanafeli.
Yeah.
Tuambie hiyo ilitoka wapi hiyo?
Unajua Mtu Mwema ninavyokuambia, ukiangalia muziki yangu hiyo sauti ya mtaa, hizo Mtu Mwema sijui sana na nyimbo zingine. Waga na mimi hata nikitaka kutoka kwenye hii real life yangu nashindwa, kwa sababu inaniambia tu nije kwenye ukweli. Wengi wanafeki na ndio maana wanafeli. So wengi wanafeki, unaelewa? Ukiwa real, watu wana fake life, kwa sababu unajua hata sisi nishasema mara nyingi, sisi wasanii nishawaambia watu mimi usiniige ukicheki hivi. Hizi ni mbwembwe tu mtaani, sisi tuko na life ya mtaani kama kawaida. Sisi tunawafurahisha nyinyi watazamaji. Iko hivyo. So katika generation ya sasa hivi vijana wengi huwa wanakosa kujua, wanaenda ku fake life labda kuangalia watu fulani. Yes, kuna watu ambao wamefanikiwa, wanaishi maisha yao kwenye mitandao ya kijamii na sehemu zingine zozote, unaelewa? Lakini ni vizuri kuwa real, ku appreciate life yenye uko nayo, na kuwa real wewe, kujua wewe ni nani, kwenda na pace yako, unaona? So Mtu Mwema ilikuwa ni kupatia message, kitu ya kwanza watu wapendane, kwa sababu kuna love, kuna fake love. Na kuna a lot of things zenye ziko fake kwa life ya sahi. Ndio nakwambia, naanza nayo ni kama utani, na penya ndani kwenye skendo za mtaani na hazina ukweli. Life ya digitali, wengi wana fake na ndo maana wanafeli. Ni kama najiona vile kwenye akaunti zao za Facebook na Twitter. We loved you brother, we loved you mister. Alikuwa Mtu Mwema akiposti picha zangu Insta, na nikilog out msinipigie tena. Najua mtanidipu na kukwetu kuna tena.
Before it becomes a concert, kali sana. I love your commitment to music, and of course, like you were saying, a lot of people squeeze on a fake. A lot of people are living a fake life on Instagram to entertain. Is it to entertain? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Is it just to entertain, or is there something deeper to it?
I mean, you know what? Hey, that's one thing, like, he knows me. Like I said, when we link up, we met in the street. You know what I'm saying? And he told me about, like his journey and his struggle. And I'm like, yo, I can relate to that, because that's exactly where I came from. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, it was automatic. And back to your question, like, you know what I mean? The music, if it's in you, then it's in you. You're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It gotta be in you in order for you to win. Like everything else, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? It plays a part, you know what I mean? You can't turn it down, but it got to be in you. So you can rock with you know, whatever's going on out there on social grounds or, you know what I'm saying, those platforms, but at the end of the day, it got to be in you. Yes, sir. It got to be in you. You know
I like the references you're making, whatever's going on the ground.
Yeah.
So do you feel like music makes an impact in terms of culture and in terms of influencing people, especially in, you know, our political climate at the time? Right now is the election year.
Yeah.
So do you feel like music can make a positive impact?
Of course, music is everything.
Make decisions for, you know, the masses.
I mean, I think so. I think, you know, music definitely is impactful. You know, like it touch people in different ways, you know what I'm saying? Whether it would be on the social front, on the political front, you know what I'm saying? Hell, even on the economic front, you know what I'm saying? It touches in different ways. So I think, to me, people listen to music and they pick something from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes you, you know, that's what makes you say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna definitely rock with this artist. You know what I mean? I'm gonna rock with this tune. You know what I'm saying? And it gotta be versatile, you know what I'm saying? It's not always about what's playing in the club. What's playing in the club is good, but again, it's also about what about the social scene, what about the political scene, you know what I mean?
So it has an impact. Ramso, I think you also agree that it has an impact, because also in 2018, there's another song you released, Sauti ya Mtaa.
Sauti ya Mtaa, yeah.
Exactly. So naona ni kama pia bado unaamini, unajua music iko na impact in terms of influencing people. What do you think our artists, wetu wa Kenya sasa, ama hata Tanzania, since you're from Tanzania, do you think East African artists are doing enough in terms of positively impacting the youth?
Yeah, naomba kwanza nizungumze kitu kabla nijibu swali lako. Kuhusu mimi naweza sema 100% huwa naangalia sana katika jamii. Hata sasa hivi nina wimbo ambao unaitwa Kura Yangu Siri Yangu. Unaelewa? Na hiyo meaning yake nataka kurelease, kutoa message kwa watu kwamba piga kura kiongozi unayemtaka, hiyo ni siri yako, unaelewa, ni haki yako, unaelewa lakini kiongozi ambaye atachaguliwa mwisho wa siku ni kama ni president atakuwa ni wa Kenya, unaelewa. Kitu muhimu sana ni Kenya. So ni kuelewesha watu ni uko na uhuru wa kupiga kura kwa kiongozi unayemtaka, pia chagua kiongozi mzuri na pia kuwafahamisha zaidi kuhusu politicians na nini, so watu wajielewe, unaelewa. So ikija katika swali lako, nitasema watu wanajaribu. Ni vile unajua maisha yetu, unakuta kama mimi si nimekuwa nikifanya music yenye message kwenye jamii sana. Kuna nyimbo nyingi sana nimetoa, lakini unakuta sipewi ile exposure ambayo inaweza ikafaa kiurahisi. So watu wanajaribu, but inakuja kuwa a hard way. So inabidi watu wapite shortcuts za kufanya vitu ili waweze kupata mafanikio katika kimaisha, unaelewa. Mtu anaweza fanya
kabla uendelee, nataka ufafanue hapo mali umesema exposure. Unamaanisha mtu akitengeneza, labda msanii akitengeneza wimbo yenye iko na meaning deep, yenye inaangalia jamii, yenye inaangalia what's on the street, unasema ichezwi ama?
Ukweli ni kwamba hazipewi priority sana, unaelewa. Especially ikija hizi zenye ziko na genre ya hip hop, unakuta hazipewi priority sana, na hakuna sehemu ambayo unaweza blame, unaelewa. Ni reality, kwa sababu entertainment kama ni DJ au watu clubbing wanataka kupati na vitu kama hivyo, wanasema wengine hawataki kusikiliza shida, wametoka kwenye shida, so wanataka kuenjoy. Ni kitu ambacho kinaeleweka, na siwezi kuambia artist kule nje wakose kufanya, unaelewa. Mimi mwenyewe nitafanya na nitafanya no matter itateke muda gani, kwa sababu hiyo ndo reality. Hakuna vile mimi nitakuja hapa niongelee mambo ya Lamborghini na kila kitu, na mimi nimetoka mtaani, hata chai rangi sijanywa. Kuna neighbor wangu pale hivi chai rangi hajanywa, so lazima nje niongelee vitu ambavyo vitu vimepanda bei kama sasa hivi na everything, unaelewa.
Huwezi jua,
sababu msanii ni kioo cha jamii. Ndio unaposema unaipaza sauti ya mtaa, kwa sababu wapo viongozi. Unaweza nikawa kwenye interview kama hivi au wimbo kwa umefika sehemu ukamfikia mtu akaguzwa, akaona kweli acha nijaribu kushughulikia wananchi wangu, kutatua matatizo yao, unaelewa. So msanii ni kioo cha jamii, na usanii uko na entertainment, unafaa kuelimisha, kuburudisha, kuhamasisha, unaelewa, na hata kuhuzunisha. Hiyo ndo cycle ya life ambayo ipo, so mtu afai kuegemea pia katika kitu kimoja.
Na Maniji, do you feel the same way? Do you think okay, priority is not given to music that is real? We were talking about real music.
Yeah,
it's only about the bangers these days. Is that the case in New York?
Yeah, I mean, it's like that everywhere, right? It's not only in New York, I mean everywhere, because you know, you got to understand, you got the commercial music, you know what I'm saying, and if you look at the way music is going, the commercial music that we hear, you know, gets a lot of attention, and the music that really speaks about, you know, the real life things that goes on. I mean, yeah, it does well, but it's not the focus. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of artists tend to like, okay, you know what? Let me not focus on that right now. Let me just go straight to something, like, you know, like a club band.
Because it is a business and you want to make the money.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you're like, all right, it's a business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got the music and you got the music business. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists are like, yo, I really want to get paid. You feel me? I want to get into the scene and, you know, make a living. You feel me? So they kind of like tend to be like, all right, but I think that could be a problem because you're actually losing something like that you can definitely be, like, you know, the real part of you. You want to definitely bring that out too. You know what I'm saying? Because if they feel that, then if they happen to go into the commercial stream, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to ignore that just because you want to get into the commercial stream and be like, yo, let me try to make some quick buck. I mean, it's a process, you know what I'm saying? It's not overnight.
Now there's the track, the collaboration between you and Ramso Latino.
Sure.
But now, Ramso, we'll have another interview specifically for this.
Okay.
We'll go by the name Latino. He'll tell us why.
Yes.
Eventually, but before that, Talk of the Town is the new track.
So could it sound? Yes, indeed. Oh, man.
Take us through the process of creating this banger.
Man, wow. It was a big project. It was a big project. Hey, the mastermind, you know what I mean? You got the mastermind like, yo, I got this. I'm like, man, let's do it. You feel me? Let's do it. I heard the track. We went in. The chemistry was dope. You know what I'm saying? The chemistry was dope. My man was like, Shah, Kuba, yeah. I'm like, yo, hold on, do that again? It was like, yo, talk of this, hold on. Do what you was doing, Shah, Kuba, yeah. I'm like, Shah, Kuba. I was like, that's it, man. And then we just came together, and hey, by the time you know it, it was out. It was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Nice, Ramso.
Yes.
Before we play the track for you guys back at home, like we said, it's Ramso, it's Latino, featuring Money G. Talk of the Town, this is the new track. Before we play it, Money G has a mixtape coming in July. What about you? New projects?
Okay, hata before Talk of the Town nilikuwa na track inaitwa Killer. Ni hiyo najua ni nzuri sana kwa ma DJ. Kuna track inaitwa Killer, kuna track inaitwa Shugwe. Different now pia ni release album inaitwa The Nyaturu Legend, ambayo ina track za hip hop zenye message, mix pia na zile kama sauti ya mtaa na zingine ambazo ni new. Na tukitoka hapa hivi sasa hivi kuna kazi ambazo zinakuja, kuna kazi kibao, yani acha niongee, yani hata kama hazijatoka watu wa expect a lot. Kuna kazi na collabo kibao, kuna collabo na Rostam tulifanya baada ile issue yetu kutokea. Tulifinalize kila kitu, tuna collabo inakuja soon. Ni kuna mixtape inaitwa Attention. Kwa sababu nataka attention, watu wafuatilie kazi zangu na wajue niko na nini. Kwa hiyo kuna mixtape pia inakuja na collabo zingine na wasanii tofauti wa hapa Kenya, Uganda, TZ na hata majuu. Yeah man. Hadi kuna watu kama wakina The Lady of the Range, kama wanamjua watu wa hip hop zamani watajua huyo ni nani. Kapiga kazi hadi na wakina Tupac, wakina Snoop, wakina nani.
Kali sana.
Nilipata opportunity kama hiyo na nikitumia vizuri, nashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu. Kwa hiyo kuna a lot of things.
Na watu wanaweza pata wapi hizo kazi? Where can they find you on social media? And also you manager. Let's start with you. Where can we find you on social media and connect with you? Right now you have a lot of Kenyan fans. I know the ladies are back at home thinking, okay, where can I slide in this DM? So
I'm loving it. I'm loving everything. It's lovely. But yeah, definitely you can find me on the gram. I think it's the fastest way to get a hold of me, and it's official_Money G. All right, that's official_Money G. Get at me on the gram, and you know, YouTube Money G. You know what I'm saying? That banger is out. It's doing good. Time don't play. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, and we got more bangers coming out. Like you already know, like you said, the mixtape coming out in July. It's gonna be dope, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, YouTube Money G, comment, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna love it.
Naye Latino.
Mimi unaweza kunitafuta kwa Latino unavyoiona hivyo, Latino ya LATINHO. Latino. So official Latino Instagram, official Latino Facebook page, Twitter. Ramso Latino pia. Ukisearch tu Ramso Latino kama kawaida utanipata.
YouTube. I'm official everywhere. Latino.
Yeah, official Latino.
Thank you so much for coming through, guys. We appreciate you. We wish you nothing but the best. I hope we'll get a few more collaborations with the Kenyan artists.
Yeah, most def.
Nice.
We're working.
Thank you very much. Next up, of course, ni Ramso Latino featuring Manny G, Talk of the Town.
Check it out.
To all our prospective candidates, are you an aspiring candidate in the upcoming general elections? Do you want your agenda and manifesto to reach your voters effectively? At KBC, we have the most comprehensive and credible online platform that has profiles of all prospective candidates. Log on to www.kbc.co.ke/2022 aspirants and let Kenyans know more about you, your past achievements, your manifesto, and your development agenda once you get elected to office. What's more, the website is easy to navigate. We will create your profile, post pictures and short videos with your campaign messages at affordable hosting fees. Log on to www.kbc.co.ke/2022 aspirants today and establish your brand authority as we lead towards the forthcoming general elections.
Mimi sitaki vita na wewe.
Yaani nitafute mali kwangu na hapa ni kwangu tayari.
Kila siku namuosha, mbona sioni birthmark?
Huu ni mtego mama huu. Mimi sina imani kabisa na huyo Kate.
Mama, yani mama.
Sitaki uhusiano wote mimi na wewe. Si biashara, si jengine lolote.
Why are you asking for trouble? Why do you keep trying to ruin everything?
You really think what we have right now is real happiness?
Would you please wake up? Just go out into the world and find someone else.
Jenny, if you leave me, I'll die right away.
Hey! It doesn't matter who I am. What matters is your son's having an affair with another woman. And what's more, your daughter-in-law is covering it up for him.
What?
Let me tell you. Jack will be with me sooner or later. I will never give up on him. Pity. You're to blame here for not having a baby.
You're completely shameless. You've got no shame at all.
As long as I get to see you, I don't care what anyone else thinks.
You're disgusting.
Look, I know you don't want anything to do with the company. But just in case you do, I totally understand, because I will do
it. We meet tonight? Yes, absolutely. No, we can't go on like this.
I don't want your pity. I want nothing. Just leave me alone and don't come back here ever. I don't want to see you again. I don't want to see anybody. Why don't you get it?
I don't want our relationship to be ruined. I don't want to lose a son. I accept your plans to marry Mariella.
Wait, Dad, are you serious?
Yes, absolutely.
In that case, all right. I guess we agreed on something for the first time. I never thought it's possible.
Lying Heart.
Fue sembrando el veneno y la ambición.
The Kenya Bureau of Standards is at the center of Kenya's industrialization agenda. The standards body is being reformed to realign it with the new manufacturing realities. Where are we in this reform agenda?
We have been progressing, making significant progress in terms of automation, which is reducing the human interface between how we interact. And that is one of the areas where we have seen that the best we can be able to achieve is when we have automation.
This week on Inside Garment, I talked to the Managing Director of Kenya Bureau of Standards, Lieutenant Colonel, retired Bernard Njeraine, on what the body is doing and what is the future of KEBS under the new manufacturing agenda. Watch the interview right here on KBC Channel 1.
And from music and entertainment to matters lifestyle now, which is also our last conversation this Thursday morning. We want to find out what Vijana Tubonge as a community-based organization is doing in their community as it pertains to creation of awareness, targeting vulnerable groups and seeing how best they can empower and lift their lives. My guest this morning will be helping us understand all of that. I'm joined by Kezia Kamau to my extreme right. She is the Vice President at Vijana Tubonge. Right next to her is Ben Gashoki, who is the Director Operations Vijana Tubonge. Lady and gent, karibu to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tuanze na VP. Tell us about Vijana Tubonge, when it began and the aim behind the CBO.
Okay. So initially we began in 2017 as a mentorship program, but we registered back then in 2019. Yeah.
Registered in 2019,
yeah,
but it was formed in 2017.
Yeah.
So you were in for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, what were you trying to target Mki from Vijana Tubonge? It was basically to do what, to assist in what area?
So initially when Vijana Tubonge began, we were doing mentorship. And our target that time was the learners, the students, both in primary school and secondary school. But then in 2019, we expanded our operation, and now we operate dealing with actually everyone in the society. Because things that we deal with, they touch everyone in the society. Because we touch on health, environment, and you see environment touches on everyone.
Yes.
Health touches on everyone. Mentorship touches on everyone also. Yeah, so right now we are dealing with everyone across the board.
So you target audience, when you target people, the kila mtu.
Kila mtu.
Bora kila mtu anataka usaidizi.
Sisi ni watu wa kila. Sisi tunapenda watu.
Ni watu wa watu.
Kabisa.
Kezia, talk to us about those pillars. I know Ben has mentioned health, environment, mentorship, there's innovations. At least break it down for us, these pillars and what each of them does when it comes to helping to assist our everyone.
Okay, so we have 6 pillars. We have the charity pillar, the chapters pillar, the talent and innovation pillar, the mentorship pillar, and the health pillar. So in charity, we basically go visit children's homes, whereby we give them, foodstuffs and clothes. We give them foodstuffs and clothes. We have the health pillar, where basically we teach young girls about menstruation and hygiene, and basically also distribute pads. We have the talent pillar, whereby we just nurture talent ya vijana Yeah, and then we have the chapters pillar where we diversify. We are looking into diversifying into different constituencies, if not the continent of the world. Yeah.
There's something I've noticed about CBOs or organization, NGOs altogether. Anytime they're out there trying to or give assistance or help in one way or the other for community, health and education never misses. Well, for you, I know maybe there might not be education per se, but kuna health. What is so peculiar about health that it just has to feature when it comes to helping and assisting the communities? Let me pick your mind on that, KZ.
Okay, for me, I believe all girls are not enlightened about menstruation when they're having their menses, how they're supposed to maybe change the pad or how they're about to shower, fold, you know, all those things. So for us, we basically look into giving them the knowledge and teaching them how to take care of themselves, basically the girls. Yeah.
Ben, you mentioned that you deal with everyone, like especially when it comes to that issue of health and even trying to sensitize and talk to girls. It's all about teaching them, more like empowering them. But it's actually a challenge that cuts across, by the way. So how do you go about sourcing? Kusema now we'll pick on this set of girls. Tunaona hawa ndio wako na shida sana. Maybe we'll start with this one. How do you just go about sourcing these vulnerable people, vulnerable persons?
Let me begin with genesis of Vijana Tubonge.
Yeah.
We went to our first pads drive campaign. What necessitated for us to go to this pads drive campaign was that one day we got news that girls in Kirinyaga County, young girls for that matter, were exchanging sex for pads. The poverty level had made them, they were not able to access a pad, which is 50 shillings. So they would go and have sex with someone, and then they get pads would be bought for them. So this touched our hearts very much. And then we realized that girls in what we might call ghetto were suffering behind the scenes. So we began distributing pads here at Githogondo. We've done also in Kiamanyeki. Those are the local areas in Moya, Kirinyaga County. And we get our target from these villages, that is. We get our target from these villages, and of course we have people on the ground who of course tell us, I think we should visit these places, and we do a feasibility test. We visit those places and at least we assess and see that really this place needs a pads drive campaign.
I think that makes sense, doing that feasibility test, because sometimes it can be difficult to actually say to answer a he lot, then we'll go to this lot. How would you then actually go about identifying? But Kezia, Ben is telling us really what sort of like formed the whole narrative of beginning Vijana Tubonge, particularly when it comes to that distribution of pads. Do you have a story for you as a person that perhaps, you know, touched you and said, like, for me as a person, I want to do this. I want to assist my community in this capacity, because again, it's not easy for you to be doing this. Finance is one of the challenges.
For sure, for sure. For me, I normally say, for me, charity is a calling combined with a passion. When I was younger, my mom has taught me to give. I remember during Christmas, she would give me a package, and I would go with my friends to a home and give out the package. So from then, I decided I'm going to do this. I want to do this. But I remember one time we were at Githogondo, and a few ladies approached me, and they told me, you know what, Kezia, I want to talk to you. And a month ago, my uncle raped me. And then I said, I'm going to do this. So the issues down there, that's so sad. That was so sad. That was one of the most heartbreaking moments for me. It was so sad.
I mean, the issues down there are that serious. It just goes beyond what you see on face value.
For sure.
So listening or hearing that story is what made you say, by the way,
I'm going to do this.
Wow, I mean, that is difficult. Let's talk about the mentorship. And the target group when it comes to mentorship. When you look at our young generation, mentorship is always a challenge. We keep saying that we sort of have lost a sense of direction because we lack mentors. In essence, we always feel like we know. How do you go about doing this mentorship, and to which groups particularly, and why?
So we normally approach different schools, the secondary and the primary schools, whereby we go and advise them. We teach them, we give them career, career talks, and maybe enlighten them about money and their finances. We go to church, and also we talk to the youth, because basically Vijana Tubonge, it's a youth-based organization.
So you go down to churches, to the villages and all that. Is there a plan to expand? You're in Mwea.
Yes.
Kirinyaga County. Do you have sort of plans to expand? Because you look at these issues that even your pillar seeks to address, the issues that cut across. Young people isn't vitu zenye wanapitia. What is your plan?
You heard us mention a pillar known as a chapters pillar, headed by a linguist known as Cynthia. The chapters pillar, its work is to expand the operations of Vijana Tubonge into other counties, other constituencies. Right now, we have guys who are planning on starting events in Kirinyaga University. We have a WhatsApp group that is planning its base in Chuka, and we also have a WhatsApp group that is planning its base in Nairobi. So you see, we are trying to diverse ourselves, and we want to reach out to everyone. So every youth who is there should foster to be a member of Vijana Tubonge.
We're the next big thing in the country.
The handshake is the next big thing. That is a huge statement to make. When it comes to assisting of young people. All right. Now, finances is always a challenge. And there's a part that I actually read from your profile is that you said that if given, where is it? If given a chance, you can be able to do more. So what chances is that you're seeking that if you're given, you can be able to do more?
Doreen, we have a shortage of pads and condoms. So far, we have distributed 7,000 condoms in a year and 5,200 pads within a year. So we are looking into sponsorship. People can just come and donate, the pads, different organizations, because we want to reach out to more girls, because as Ben said, we have girls who are selling themselves for a pad that's worth 50 shillings. So we are really, it's everywhere. But we want to bring we want to start the change from home, and then as we diversify.
Ben, what about you? I mean, you're both in this organization, and sometimes what I may feel as a challenge may not necessarily be what you feel. Of course, finances is huge anywhere you go when it comes to especially helping societies and communities. What other issues are you facing as it pertains to perhaps making sure that your vision and mandate, gets out there?
Let me, first of all, allow me to go back to what Kezia was saying kindly. As Vijana Tubonge, we have a calendar of events, and we also, amazingly, my directors, because the pillars are headed by directors, and I am their chief director. So my directors, 3 of them have devised strategic plans. You can imagine. Youths who have devised strategic plans running for 4 years. So to achieve these strategic plans, we need resources and monetary resources for that matter. But again, we also need other resources like goods, that is pads, condoms, and also for charity, we need food, cereals, and such stuff. We also face challenges in issues related to mostly it's the resources, the monetary thing, because where money is, at least you're able to achieve a lot of things. So there are those companies that have CSR, and of course they don't know where to take their CSR.
We are here. We are here. They bring the money, then we're going to show them how to use the money.
Because you have a good initiative.
We have a good initiative, and of course we have a strategic plan. So if they can see that strategic plan, I'm very sure they can support us.
And it's handwritten.
So everything is laid down from day one to when you want the vision to be actualized.
Kabisa.
This is where they need to be putting your money in Vijana Tubonge.
They should.
All right, why I asked about that issue of maybe a challenge, because yes, like I mentioned, and just as both of you are in agreement, finances is an issue, but you mentioned it's headed by different directors. Sometimes you get to see in organizations that this is my vision. But pale katikati kuna mtu anakuja tu na kastori kake. Kuna tu some form of misalignment. Have you had to undergo that in Vijana Tubonge since its inception in 2017? I'm seeing like Kezia is agreeing already.
No, you know one thing, we are a team. Sisi hatuna competition. We do not compete.
That's the thing, by
we
the
don't
way.
compete. We are a team. We believe in, teamwork. Because when we work as a team, we achieve so much. So us as VT, we work as a team. So we do not have, those wrangles. Wewe umefanya hivi, no. There's no jealousy. We are all into CSR. We all love charity. And the good thing is that no one is there for any political gain. So we are there to help. There are people, the directors are people who love, the people. They love helping. So you find that myself, our president, Karuga Kamau, our patron, Honorable Gadson Mushina, all of us together, we are a team. And we make sure we deliver. So there is no time for, so you do this. No. We are a team. Yeah.
So then that speaks a lot to the aspect of we need to have the same vision, a similar vision when it comes to perhaps forming some or most of these organizations or even CBOs altogether.
True.
All right, when it comes to that question of pads, I understand that you distributed, was it about
70,000?
70,000.
Yeah.
And you
Condoms.
do this on an annual basis?
No.
You do this after a period of how long?
No, each pillar has an event. We have a calendar of events, so that helps us. Like for instance, we are having an event coming this 19th March. We have a charity event whereby we're also going to distribute pads to the children's home that we are going to go to. So we do it like monthly, basically monthly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the annually is the feeding of street kids.
Yeah.
Yes, known as a Nilisha charity event.
And you've fed over 70 kids in a total of 4 years. How have you sustained this? I mean, it is not easy feeding street children.
Yeah.
First of all, with just what it comes with, the environment itself, getting the food,
Sure.
Yeah.
and sustaining it year 1, year 2, 3, 4 onward. Let me start with you, Kezia.
The good thing, again, I'll stick to the part where we are, we are a team. So you find that kuna watu wanajitolea, they're going to, I'm going to, the chapels, there's someone else who's going to come with a bag, nitafanya hii, you get. And then we look for donors. We mobilize how to get the funds. And then you find that people, because I believe different corporates, they are seeing what you are doing and you are doing a good job, so they bring in the funds. Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Ben? How do you go about getting the street kids? Because just like the earlier question, I mean, street kids is one of those areas whereby I feel like it needs a keen interest in trying to understand even how you will mobilize or choose to say, I will deal with this ones for this period. How do you go about this one?
Getting the street kids, actually, they know us.
Yeah. They wanajua mna exist.
Wanatujua, and there's a place we go and meet them and we tell them, kama kawaida, 31st tunawapikia, and they know.
Yeah.
And let me thank ACK.
This is 31st of December.
31st of December, every year.
Yeah.
And let me thank ACK Wanguru for giving us the venue for all that time. And of course, those donors who've always been coming on board. So we get these street kids by, we interact with them. So we go to them and remind them that it is something that we are doing again, as we have always been doing.
Tumerudi tena.
Tumerudi.
For a good cause, by the way.
And even after a whole year, you need to, you need to give back. God ametupea, a life, the whole
selfish.
Usikue selfish. Peana pesa.
Tupendane.
Tupendane.
Speaking of donors, you have had some good support from National AIDS Control Council, NAC, as well as Women Rep Kirinyaga Purity.
Yeah.
What are some of the impact that these persons have played, especially when it comes to steering the CBO forward? Because like I was saying, it's all for a good cause. We're all here to help where we can.
For National AIDS Control Council, they have given us exposure. And we've been working hand in hand with the regional coordinator, Mr. Julius Kome. He's been supporting us a lot. There's also another supporting partner, that is UN CRISP by Perez. He's been supporting us a lot. And actually, these guys have given us an exposure whereby I am in the sitting technical working group of Kirinyaga County, working on gender-based violence. And I also sit in the Region 17 technical working group working on dyslexia in learning. So these are the opportunities that these people have given us and exposed us to such platforms. I also thank one of our sponsors also, that is Dr. Kanyi, who is working with the Kerugoya Hospital, and NASCOP, who's a NASCOP. So he's been supporting us and giving us these platforms, calling us to meetings and inviting us to these technical working groups. Sorry.
I just had to mention NASCOP, by the way.
You have an affiliation.
I mean, you know, I don't even know why we're running out of time, but when I hear you speak and you talk about exposure, it makes me feel like, indeed, like as a young generation, at least kuna wale when you wanna feel to some extent it's important, because when you talk to most young people, we always think, I don't want exposure. Like when we began this conversation, I said, we always feel like we know. Tunajua. So why would you be giving me exposure? And sometimes it's like it forms the basis of the areas you want to get into and grow into, right? Let's talk about the gains, just in a quickie, that you have made so far when it comes to the different areas that you're targeting and the different lives that you've touched. Kezia.
Okay, for me the gain is the smile I get to see from the kids that we interact. That's it for me. It's a smile.
It for you.
Yeah, that's
when
it
you just
for
see
me.
the smile on
And then they're just like, Kezia. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you, God.
Okay, na smile tu uko sawa.
Mimi niko tu sawa.
Uko content.
I'm contented. You know, like when I just go there, then I interact with them, and then they're happy. We buy them sweets, we give them our packages. That's it for me. That's the gain for me. Nothing else.
That's it for you.
Yeah.
Sitaki.
No. That's why I say it, for me, charity is a calling. Yeah.
It needs to be, because most of us, good number of people are really motivated by what am I going to get out of this at the end of the day. What's it for you, Ben?
For me, it's achieving what I have planned. For instance, if I have several objectives, and of course I have very many objectives to achieve from the various pillars. If I achieve an objective and I tick that this objective has been met, that is a gain for me. And that is what makes me feel good and makes me feel happy. Yeah.
We just have 2 minutes to go, and I want to give each of you a minute to respond to this last question. In essence, 2017 up till now, it's been a great journey. It's been a milestone. You've talked about the gains, the different things that you're doing, and I want you to tell us what more in terms of moving forward as it pertains to helping these persons, vulnerable people in the community. What should we expect? Because the way you're talking earlier, you were saying that wale when your companies with CSR, they don't know what to do with their money. Tuko hapa. Speak to those people.
For me, I think we have just begun diversifying. For us being here at KBC, it's an honor. So for me, I'm looking forward to seeing VT, you know, in the national hapo juu kabisa, whereby our maybe next president is going to recognize us. We are going even to get an award, you know, and we are going even to reach out to many people across the country.
Reaching
that's
out
the goal.
is the key thing.
Yeah.
All right. Ben, lastly.
For me, we have strategic plans. And of course, these strategic plans, they have to be met. I tell my directors that what you've planned has to be met. We don't know how, but we believe it has to be met.
When into planning,
I push them to do these things, and they also have the will to do these things. In the next very few years, trust me, Vijana Tubonge will be a record.
We are the next
people will
big
be.
Yani wewe umesema sisi ndo tuko.
Tumeanza hapa. You know, this is grace. This is grace and favor. Meaning God ametufavor. So we are, guys, I know they are watching. We are the next big thing.
and of course, we are partnering with other organizations, SUSO, TALEP and others. We are coming together, and of course, as we grow, we want to tag along with these other people. Yes.
Fair enough. We have to end.
Let me just say something about our patron. Yeah, for sure. We have our patron. He's a mentor. He's our MCA at Teberewad, Mheshimiwa Gadson Mushina. Thank you so much, Paps, for he's the one who has made us to be here. So thank you so much.
Angusha Kituko organization. All right, so that's a good place to end it. I have been speaking with Kezia Kamau, the Vice President Vijana Tubonge, as well as Ben Gashoki, Chief Director Operations at the same Trim, CBO, they have been talking to us about what they're doing at the community level. Just again, to just sensitize as a Kenyan, what can you do in your capacity when it comes to helping vulnerable persons in our society? This is why we bring this whole conversation to a close, and ultimately, good morning, Kenya. I'm Doreen Arange Okello. On behalf of the entire team, we say thank you so much for watching. Till next week, have a beautiful morning. Whew.
Keep abreast of the developments live from the National Assembly and the Senate.
On our members of parliament.
The questions.
When is the construction expected to commence?
The motions.
Beg to give notice of the following motion.
The debate.
Will as many as want to say aye?
The statements.
A statement on an issue of general topical concern.
The petitions.
Order number 4, petitions.
Stay tuned to KBC Channel 1 and Radio Taifa for live proceedings from both houses of from Tuesday to Thursday. Live, uncensored, unedited. KBC, your national broadcaster.
Mimi sitaki vita na wewe.
Yaani nitafute mali kwangu na hapa ni kwangu tayari.
Kila siku namuosha, mbona sioni birthmark?
Huu ni mtego mama. Mimi sina imani kabisa na huyo Kate.
Mama, yani mama.
Sitaki uhusiano wote mimi na wewe. Si biashara, si jingine lolote.
Katika leo makala kutoka BBC. Yaliyomo, Ethiopia yaanza kuzalisha umeme katika bawa la mto Nile, huku Sudan na Misri zikipinga mradi huo. Baadaye ujumbe kutoka ECOWAS na Umoja wa Afrika waelekea Mali kwa mazungumzo na serikali ya nchi hiyo. Kisha viongozi wa Somali wakataa mkataba wa mafuta na kampuni ya Marekani saa chache